Oh, I think we're live. Sorry. Why is this so like the camera? Do I just need light? This is it's tragic, dude. It's tragic. It's just so like so bright. I guess I gotta turn on the light, which sucks because I really do not want to. But it's whatever. I want to be in the dark. I wanted to be a little gremlin, but it is what it is. Ah, fuck, dude, that was right in my eyes. Ah, shit, ah, fuck, man. How you doing, T? Whew, I got some things to talk about, which are pretty epic, and we will start your guys' video in roughly 10 to 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, while I get things set up. I need to lose some weight. I look so crazy. But, yeah, I had it's an amazing offer just a bit ago. I'm gonna explain it. I mean, it's not like super like the most insane, but it's still really good. But the potential future it brings is gonna be really wicked. Let me just message the guy back. What was I gonna say? I was messaging this guy, but yeah, I'll explain all of it in a bit. What the heck? What? Oh no. That ain't good. I think this might have like some weird drift right now. I might have to just reset the DS, but it's going up and whatnot. Did it like it drop or something? Yeah, what the fuck? Huh. Let me figure this out. I can't even. Oh, please tell me it's not broke, man. This is my favorite DS. It's limited edition, dude. I'm just gonna have it chill for a bit and I'll figure it out. That sucks, dude. That's my favorite DS I've ever owned. Oh well. I hope it's not broke, dude. This is messy. I need to wash this off. I got this DS from a viewer from my old channel from a long time ago. He's like, I don't need it no more. He sent it to me in the mail. I'm like, dude, wicked. So that's really cool. What was I gonna say? I'm like messaging this guy back. Wait a second. I'm sorry. How you doing, Crystal? Android. I'm messaging this guy, and I want to make sure I reply back. Okay. Can't wait to work on more. There we go. Cool. Okay, so hopefully this goes through well, and I'll explain in a bit. Then we'll watch Crystals and T's interview, and I'm also hoping for one other thing I think of. So I just gotta check my listings to make sure nothing crazy happened. But okay, I think we're looking good. We're looking good. So I should probably also post in the Discord. Is this off? No, but I have to. I'm gonna have to turn it off because the brightness is way too low. I can't even see it. That sucks. I hate there's no fast control of the brightness. But yeah. Yeah, send me the shiny Shinx. That's so insane, though. I'm happy you could catch it because, you know, that's that patch where you can foul it. So that's really lucky. Or do you what? No, Shinx is not in that area, so, you know, you were fine. I just knew that, like, in that area, beginning areas, you can foul in those games. So I was like, oh, no. But you would have said that you failed it if you failed it due to that. I just, like, for a second, I was, like, freaking out. I was like, please don't let it be. There's this really horrible song that I absolutely love that has been just stuck in my mind, and people did edits of it, and it's so funny. I think it's called Chin Held Up High or something like that. It's like this ghetto white girl, and she's like, she's like, Party Chilada with my chin held high. It's so fucking funny. It's so like catchy. It sucks because it's like I can't stop. It's like oh my god, it's so funny. I was listening to this before the stream. I wanted to listen to it on stream, but I don't want to get copyright. Holy fuck, it's so funny. Excuse me. Okay, let me get the stream queued up for Discord. Send it to there. Also, I'm afraid that I might have damaged this camera because I don't know how, but it was like off, like because I have it on a stand that's hanging over. It was off the stand and like on the table, like holding on by like this cord was holding it up, and it was probably sitting there for like a day or so. So I'm very scared. I don't know how that happened. I don't know if someone came over here and knocked it over, or what, or it just happened when I was setting up because I did trip over some things. But man, that was, I saw that and I was like, oh my god, I was freaking out. So yeah, sorry it's taking me a bit. I wasn't preparing to stream. Like I was preparing to stream earlier, but then I had this crazy deal and everything was thrown off. Oh, you got some. Daniel Thanos got some amiibo cards. I gotta check that out. It's funny because I'm on my other account now, and I actually see things now. I actually see people's stuff. Chrissy Co. Chris. Dang, you telling me he's live? Does it say I'm live twice? What the fuck? Wow, I can't believe I just subscribed to myself. That's insane. I hope I'm not live twice. Oh, those were, I think... Oh, no, this is my last video. Okay, it may look like it was, because I'm using the same thumbnail. Once I get everything sorted in the house and room and everything, I'll actually start making really high-quality thumbnails for every stream, and we'll start do cool stuff. It's just that right now, I'm so, like, spread out all over the place. It's just killing me that, like, I just can't. And I had almost my room fully clean, and the guy had to come and go into a closet, and I had to just throw, like, literally throw things for him to get there so he could get done in a time matter, and stuff spilt all over. So I'm so like overwhelmed and my room's completely destroyed. So I'm hoping that I can maybe tomorrow get a lot of it done. I'm gonna hopefully build more of these DTOFs. But I just been so like in like a frustrated mood because everything just is happening that I don't want to happen. So I've been trying to get everything sorted out. I sent your package today, by the way, Crystal. I put the Inteleon right here. But I put in like the Fusion Strikes good hits. I also forgot a few hollows, but they're gonna be put in with the hollows actually gonna be put in the big bulk box. So when I send you the Time Gazer boxes, the commons and uncommons, and the EXs and all that type of stuff are Vs, along with the other small things, so I can get a bigger box and whatnot. Because just sending that package out, that little package that was like this big, cost $6, which is crazy. So, what I think I might do in the future, because this could help me out a lot, is I will post on Mercari the listing of what you bought for me. If it's like something like a car or something like that, that way I can get shipping a lot cheaper, get it pre-printed out at my house, and then I also can get a transaction with you guys, so you guys can give me a rating so my Mercari sales can go up. That way it's just easier. Like, I'll take, like, if it's like for bigger like sales, it'll take like a little bit of a hit, but it's not a huge deal. How you doing, my dude? How are you today? And how are you, mine, bro? Let me, I keep forgetting what I'm doing because I'm so, like, I finally got some semi-decent sleep. I just have, I've been spread out really far the last couple days in a non-weird gay way. That sounds weird. But I just been really, like, overwhelmed, yeah. And, I had a doctor's appointment today. They're gonna go test me for the Spurgs. pretty soon because they said that I qualify for government assistance, which I wouldn't use it for that, but I need it for my back. So if I pass the test of being retarded, then then I get to I guess get a little bit of a paycheck for that, I guess. But then I can also get a job, but I don't have to work as brutal hours because, yeah, no, they're like, it was kind of heartbreaking. My uncle's like, so why do you think he has Asperger's? Like, we already went over this. I know why, but why do you think? He's like, well, like, he's not the best at making friends. Sometimes you can't really do eye contact. I'm like, oh man, I'm sitting there like, oh, this is man, don't call me out like that. Whoa, shit. Oh, you're sick? I hope you feel better, man. I hope you feel better. I want to also do a game night for Roblox soon with everyone. I just haven't had the time. So I might be able to get some government assistance for that because I won't be able to do it for my back because I haven't been working long enough. Like, I've worked like about 7 years of my life, and then like part-time jobs, like no, under the table jobs, but they don't count that obviously because they're not getting that money. So this will make it to where I can get qualified for government assistance, and then I can yeah, just get things sorted out. Hopefully, I'm gonna save this. This is fucked up. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Which I've always never wanted to be a person on government assistance, but it's certain people, you know, they just have to have it. So it is what it is. But yeah, so that's gonna be really, like, I won't be as stressed out because I gotta pay internet bills, stuff like that. So, and then I buy stuff like a dumbass. But we will in a bit watch Crystal and Ty's new classical music video, or not video, but yeah, well, their video, but you know, their music channel video. That sounds like I'm trying to say a music video. It's not a music video. It's an interview. But so if you guys don't know, I have a new YouTube channel that I've been posting slowly my like figure collection, stuff like that. And I started a new series just yesterday where I've been getting these anime clips and little keychains my friend gives them when he doesn't need them to me. So I have these muscle racks. I have all these perforated holes. So I'm putting those keychains in them. So I'm on Mercari looking around and I see that I have like one of my dream figures sold for $100. Normally goes for like $150 to $180, and I was like, just that day I was like, oh yeah, I got the different brand that's only worth $20. I got this one to make up for this figure I don't have. I missed that figure by like 20 minutes. And I was like, no. I was heartbroken because like I've been trying to get that figure forever. So I messaged the guy, hey, do you have any other figures? And he goes, yeah. And then he tells me he got this Jiren figure that normally goes for $120 to $140. Another Jiren figure that goes for like $90 to $120. And then he has a Gogeta that goes for about $50 to $65. And a few others. And I'm like, oh man, I need it, but I don't have much money. So I was like, I can just, if it's a big enough purchase over like $20, I can put it pay in 12 and only have to pay $20 a month for 12 months. So I was like, yeah, do you know what? I'll take these for now. And how much would you want for these? He's only found a certain amount. He has a few other figures I really need too. So he's like, yeah, I can do this and this. He's telling me the pricing and whatnot. So with that happening, he gives me both Jiren figures, that goes for $120 to $140 and $90 to $120 for $200. Plus he threw in the $55 figure for free. So I'm like, holy shit, that's insane. Like, that's a really good deal. And these are all 3 figures I really wanted for a long time. And with that happening, though, he then like says, oh, do you like anime keychains? I have quite a few I don't need anymore, and they're just taking up space. I'm like, bro, I just started a series where I'm collecting these and putting them on my display shelf. Like, how crazy is that? Like, just out of nowhere, he goes, yeah, I just have these. I don't really need them. So I'm like, I messaged him saying, like, hey, look, I got a channel where I just started this. He goes, wow, that's, I mean, it's like it's meant to be, this deal is. He goes, wow, that's insane. So not only was he giving me a good deal, but he also gave me these keychains, which go for like $5 to $12 each for free. So he gave me 5 of them. He goes, I got a lot more, so if we do more deals in the future as we plan, I will send more of them and whatnot. And I'm like, holy shit, this is insane. So I got a really good deal today, and I'm so sad I missed the one, but this makes up for the other ones. So I just been I just got done with that. I had to sit there for about 2 hours talking to him. So I would have started this a long time ago, but that's been what I did. I went to the doctor's, had to finish cleaning the kitchen because we had a window replaced. Had to do that all last night, and then I finally went to bed after like 24 hours of being up. And yeah, so it's been a crazy day, to say the least. And whew, so it's just crazy how I was like, I need a quick video for my TikTok, you know. Let me just show this Vegeta that I And let me just bring up the fact that I want the better version of it, but I just don't have the money. And then that night, I find the better version that was sold for a really, really good deal. And I'm like, no, this is ironic because I just fucking was talking about this like 3 hours ago and how badly I want it and how I literally said I'd buy it for $100. And it got listed for $100 and sold. So then I messaged the guy, and then we get a really good deal for something else. But he goes, hey, I got these keychains, which I then just started a series needing keychains. So, like, it went full circle, and it's just, like, it's insane, dude. How you doing, by the way, Enrique? Sorry, I didn't want to, like, cut off my conversation midway through. But, we're going to start watching the interview in a bit that Crystal did. Crystal and T did. I just want to get a few encounters in and chill for a bit so I can get situated. Because then I have to figure out how to get the audio set up for this. Because it's probably going to have to go through my computer speakers, and I don't know if it's going to pick up on this mic, which then I'll have to mute the internal microphone for Streamlabs. But yeah, so today's just been chaotic in the last couple days. For all you guys don't know, there is scammers on Mercari in the Dragon Ball community, and they put too good to be like true deals, and sometimes not too good to be true, but really good. And I got hit by 3 of those this month. Now, luckily, this guy's not a scammer. He has a ton of, like, 168 reviews. He sold over 100 things, so yeah, I'm good with this one, but I got hit with them, so I have like 3 bubble mailers that I'm like, of just like empty bubble mailers that if it happens again, I'm starting like a collection of them. So if every time I get scammed or something, I start a collection. That's what I'm doing now. So I have 3 of them. I think I'm gonna frame them and whatnot. But yeah. So I was taking a lot of L's on Mercari lately. I got a few good deals, obviously, but my money is like extremely thin right now. Like I'm at the point where it's like I have to say this for insane deals or for exclusives, and it just so happened that happened today. So I'm like, holy crap. So my day's been chaotic but really good, and I'm kind of on cloud 9 because I got some sweet figures. And he has a Perfect Cell as well. He has a Yamcha. He has all these other figures I really want, and I'm hoping I can do a deal with him, because I told him, he's like, oh, I don't have like good because I don't have the money for it right now. So if I'm able to, like, get funds and whatnot to get those other ones later on in like a couple weeks or a week, then that's gonna be amazing. And then secondly, I was talking to the Youper, which is my IRL friend that you see him on stream sometimes, and he makes his own content. I showed him, like, hey, I want to start making some, like, terrain for these displays, because what people do is they get, like, that, how I used to do, and never got to really do it, because that's when I got really sick and a whole bunch of crazy bullshit happened. This was, like, 2 years ago, yeah, about 2 years ago now, and, is make terrain for, like, minifigs and whatnot, and I wanted to eventually make terrain for the Pokemon D&D. And with that being said, setting that up, I had, like, it all, like, it was going to be really cool. It was going to be all, like, fancy. I got a lot of it, like, started, and then I had a whole bunch of bullshit happen to where I just couldn't keep up, and I lost interest because depression and shit like that. So that being said, I just found, like, it's really easy to make Dragon Ball diorama backgrounds, like, really easy. So I'm going to get into that, and I was like, wait a second, I can use this also for my Pokemon Pokemon D&D and whatnot. So I'm telling my friend, he goes, dude, I've always wanted to make them, so like, I'll give it a try. So I think in about 2 weeks, my room should be done by then. He might come over and we might start that, because I wanted to, like I told you guys before, I want to make the Pokemon D&D be like something we can actually move and place figures on and whatnot, like real D&D. And I have actually a whole bunch of mini puppet figures for Pokemon, so I could even use those as the Pokemon that interact with and whatnot. And I'll get more based on if we get donations in the future, stuff like that. So right now, how I have it is, I think to start like Pokemon within this like month, or if we like hit a goal, I'll explain that. Then we'll start the Pokemon D&D like the next day. But I think about maybe mid-July, mid-August, I want to yeah, I'll look at the pic. Sorry, I forgot. I want to start the Pokemon D&D again. And as I said before, people that donate will get special events. They can create their own events. All that all that jizz. And anything that you want to keep from your old game, if you donate, you can keep it. It just will be regressed to its base form. In the sense, if you had like a Alolan, like for example, the Gigamax Alolan Exeggutor, Crystal will be able to keep it because she's been so supportive of it. It just will be a lower leveled one, and it maybe will start as an Exeggutor or something like that. Unless, did you kill? I can't remember if you killed the Exeggutor or not. I remember you went crazy and killed a whole bunch of Pokemon. But and this time how it's gonna be is that we're gonna start with weapons. Each person's gonna get a weapon that they start with: sword, shield, magic, whatever, gun. Yeah, we're gonna actually do guns, but they're not gonna be as powerful. They're gonna be like more primitive guns. Eventually, get to that power level where you have like a bazooka. But yeah. So people that donate, they'll get prime equipment and whatnot, and they'll have special chances at doing stories and continue their stories and have special play sessions. We will start talking in voice chat on about half of the stuff, maybe more. So if you guys want to don't want to just always do text, those will be, you can join a call and it'll be just like D&D. Now I want to start that very soon. I'm hoping we'll start that next month or August because I have so much stuff. But if we hit our donation goal, we will start it sooner. Right now I don't know what I want for. I'm gonna put 100 from Crystal towards it because she's supported a whole lot towards that goal from buying all the stuff recently. So that'll be 100 towards that. And then I have, I think, 30 possibly coming from SoulClick through like Amazon gift cards if he can babysit. He's like, yeah, I want to get special event and I want to be able to start this again. So I think the goal will be like 300 to start up again, maybe like right away, 300 or 400. I don't know. Which like I said, I'm 90% sure we will not hit that, but that's totally fine. I just that's for like the incentives if we do, and if we start it sooner, then we'll figure it out. So. That's the housekeeping of what's going on because people have been asking. I want to get it out of the way. But hopefully that will start within the next 2 months. And it'll probably be 1 or 2 streams a week. And maybe another stream like in the Discord just for fun. And we will make a special Discord where people can be admins and control daily events and whatnot. This will be something that people will have to take. They'll have to take in consideration of how they're going to set up themselves and what have you. Like, you have to keep track of your EXP and your levels and whatnot as they did before, but some people are being kind of lazy, so that's just gonna be a requirement. So let me look at Crystal's picture, by the way. I'm not trying to put it off. I don't want to break my train of thought. Oh, that's so nice. Echo. That's so nice. Original trainer, Echo. Dude, that's cool. Look at Crystal's Luxio. Oh. Shiny Luxio. So good. I don't remember if I ever got one in 1-8000 game. I feel like I was hunting for a long time. So I think we will probably, once we get enough like black and white, we'll start that up again. But yeah, so D&D on the horizon. We're gonna keep all the old art. Crystal made a ton of sweet art. We're gonna excuse me. Ask people if they'd like to help continue making more art and whatnot. So if you do want to be a part of it, we want to get that set up and figured out. And then I am looking for an artist to help me with a new profile picture for my new channel. And I'm never going to really stream on that ever. It's just going to be clear, like just for my collection. And it's mainly built to be where I can eventually find good deals through trading and whatnot, and just for fun content. I don't think I'm going to actually ever make money off that channel. It's just going to be, hopefully I can get a bigger audience so where I can like maybe buy a figure for 50 and then sell it for like 80, like flip it, or I can trade it for a figure I need, you know. So that's mainly what that channel's for, and just to display the collection and not be always Pokemon, because I get burnt out of Pokemon, especially when games just don't perform like I want them to. So yeah, that's what I've been doing lately, is trying to get things figured out and understand. We have a lot going on since we're in the middle of selling the other house. I think the first day of showing happened yesterday, or no, it happens Thursday, and we're praying that gets sold fast, which we already have an offer, so it will be sold, but we're praying that we get, like, you know, the amount we want, which, who knows, because you never know with stuff nowadays. But once that happens, that'll be a huge relief. I'm still figuring out how I'm going to do this room design. Like, my problem is that my mom, she brought home a lot of my grandma's stuff, because that's her mom, you know. When my grandma passed, she didn't want to... My grandma collected things, and, you know, she put a lot of her money into buying just certain things, and my mom just didn't want to throw them away, because, you know, you can't throw away, you can't get stuff back that was owned by people before. You can get it back in the sense of, I can go buy, you know, like a shirt of the same brand, but I won't be able to buy, you know, my mom's if that were to happen, you know, unless I track down a seller, which that's just not going to happen. So anyways, with that being said, we just have, like, no room now, because the whole entire garage is filled with boxes of stuff. One room's going to be completely filled. Another area is almost completely filled. So we're trying to figure things out right now. And it's just really overwhelming. So I was supposed to get this room, and then the room, like the downstairs next to this room, and that downstairs, the over was going to be my bedroom, like just for my bed, and then I have a whole section, but now I don't have that. I'm just trying to, like, figure out where I can put all my stuff, and it's crazy. So right now I'm just sorting, like, figuring out how I'm going to set this all up. I'm in, like, the middle of trying to get a new desk. If I can get a new desk, that'll be great, because I think I'm going to go the expensive route and just say fuck it, because downstairs in this room, the floor is really unleveled. It's like a house made in, like, the 50s, so it's really wavy, and I need, like, an extremely sturdy desk that's heavy and high quality, and I think I'm going to have to go with, like, the $1,000 Secret Labs desk that's built for streaming, and it's, like, massive. It's, I think, 70 inches long and a depth of 30, so if I get that, that's going to be very good for hooking stuff on to my table, not worrying about wobble at all, and that, I think, will be when I'll be able to get everything out. Because I have right now 2 tables, one right here, one right there, and they both are, like, this table's for these, just like these streams right now, and the one next to it is where I record just, like, shorts and whatnot, and then I have a really big desk right next to me that's extremely heavy, and it's extremely sturdy. I love it. It's just I can't put anything on it because it's, like, built weird. So, like, it doesn't have, like, the chance to clip things onto it like displays, like this type of a system. So I'm trying to get rid of that one out. My mom, I think, wants to, but trying to get it up the stairs is, like, gonna be hell. So I don't know if we're just gonna just try to break it, like, get a chainsaw, cut in half, take it up in pieces. But once I free up that spot, this spot, and I have a table in front of me, once I get these tables out, these, like, 4 tables, I might keep one. I'll have a lot more room to actually get things settled in, and that's, like, where I'm at currently. I'm trying to, like, get things done, get things sorted, but I can't really do too much until that house sells and we get the, you know, the money for the desk, because my mom's gonna loan me the desk, I believe. So yeah, it's just like I want this to be fucking done because it's a hassle. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. I'm praying that it all gets sorted and all figured out. Who knows? But with that being said, I'm gonna now try to set up the set up this. What is it called again? YouTube. Had a little brain fart. So we can watch Crystal's interview. I watched a little bit of it, and I'm like, do you know what? I'm going to wait to watch this on stream. Wait, why did I do that? I just had to click on Crystal's, she sent to me in the DMs. I don't use YouTube anymore because it's just too bogged up. I'm subscribed to too many people, and it's just a pain, man. It's just like, I'll, like, go to YouTube for specific videos, but outside of that, I do not like YouTube anymore that much because it's just too much stuff going on. So I don't know if you guys can hear it. Let me check my Streamlabs because I have the output capture on. Okay, you don't. Perfect. Just finished watching the Spider-Man movie, bro. What's up? How you doing? I actually have it on Telegram. I might watch that at some point. I just haven't done it because, yeah. I'm not really into Miles Morales Spider-Man. I don't really care too much for it. But I might give it a peep. But how you doing, by the way, my bro? I don't know if I said hi. I did see. I just don't know if I hollowed. No, I don't know if there's gonna be echo, or if there's gonna be here double. I don't have my good speakers. I only have these speakers. So I don't know if we're gonna be able to hear this really, really well. I apologize. I'll figure it out. If I can't do it this time, I'll figure it out next time. I don't have headphones. I don't know where mine went. Oh, that's a GameCube control. Wait. And I can't use the Audio Technicals. They will blow my eardrums out. There's no volume control. But yeah, so we're trying to finish getting our setup done. I have all these fucking monitors everywhere. So once I get my monitor set up, it's going to be nice. I can't wait for that. That's going to be useful. So I'm just using my laptop, which is absolute trash. Let's go to window capture, maybe? How do we go to display capture? Display captures, no. Let's go to window capture. I think the window capture should work. It either works or it doesn't. That's what sucks. You never know if window capture is going to work. That's the big problem with window capture. Add Thorth. Yep, here it is. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Now let's I do want to get back into Halo stuff with my collection. Like I've been saying, I might be going to the flea market pretty soon to set up a stall. And if I do, I'm probably going to sell a lot of my Halo collectibles I don't really need doubles of and whatnot. So I'm waiting for that to figure out. Okay. I don't, like I said, I don't know if you're going to be able to hear this easily. We'll give it a try. We'll see what happens. Boop. Tell me if you can hear it through the mic.
Today with us we have Not So Average Fangirl, also known as Elijah. And for a lot of you who don't know,
Can you guys hear that? Is it too quiet? I can try to have it go through the monitor as well. Or the, I mean the actual thing, but I don't want it to echo. That's my problem. Can you imagine getting Nose Pest, bro? Nose Pest is so good, shiny. I need to get out of this area, dude. These crystals are fucking me up. These crystals. And while I watch this, I probably won't be talking too much. Maybe I'll cheer here and there, but I want to kind of pay attention. Let me make sure. Let me promote this. Make offer to likers. $88, $103. Send offer. If I can sell this for $103 right here, this would be wicked. It's so dumb. Mercari doesn't give you like any way to like post your social media, because they don't want you going to someone's social media and asking to buy it through there instead, you know. But I would love it if I could just have like my TikTok linked. Make my life so much better. Someone got the Bidoof for $19, $12 shipping. Oh, it's the same price if you just buy it on Pokemon Center after shipping. Don't need that. I already have, but I was wondering if it's gonna be like only $25. Show people I need it. It's cropped weird though, huh? Cropped weird. How you doing, Mal?
does music. I do. I know. A lot of people don't know this.
Is that better? I made it to where I shrunk it down a bit. Because I don't want to have it too huge so you guys can see my shinies. Should I make it bigger? I guess I could just take a game out. I'm just gonna be. I just feel like scared if I get a shiny and it doesn't see it. That's what I'm afraid of. It's almost like I'm shiny hunting on that other DS, and that's the thing. Excuse me, sorry. Look forward to my birthday. 9 days. 9 days away. I will try my best to also ship out that Gengar before then, by the way. I think I found a good box I can ship it in. Because I found one of my Togepi boxes, and it is a 12-inch, so the 10-inch should be able to fit in it. I'll show you. Okay. I'm tired. I got enough energy in me to flow. Okay, let me see if I can... Should I shrink it like... Should I do this then? And like this? Would that make it better? Do you want it shrink? Do you want like that? Sorry. So you don't see the YouTube and whatnot? Would this be better? And I can make it bigger. Like this. Let's see if this works.
Yes, so online I do go by Not So Average Fan.
Does that work? Is that better? I don't have my dual monitor, so I can't easily set it up, which sucks. God dang, I gotta check to see if it's shiny. Yeah, okay, cool. This one looks weird, but I know it's not. I just, you know, you get that double anxiety where you're like, is it this? Hey, look at that guy. You guys can see my little thing. A burp. Excuse me. Okay, it's not shiny. Yeah, I'm gonna try to shift it, the crop down. I see what you mean. The only problem I had with it is that it's if I go over it, it's gonna do that. So I just have to. That's what I was trying to cut off a second ago, and I realized, wait, that's just the crop. So I go like this. It'll go down once I don't click it, if that makes sense. Whoa! Whoa! Turn it off for a second. I fast forward in time. Well, I guess we already watched it all. Here's tea. Okay.
Today with us we have Not So Average Fangirl, also known as Elijah. And for a lot of you who don't know, she does music.
Come back. I gotta keep it up or else we'll close it out.
I know. A lot of people don't know this. Yes. So, online I do go.
Are you kidding me? It's gonna keep doing that.
My real name is Elijah, and just like Kay said, I do produce music and stuff as well.
Where does that do that?
I've only released a
It's
couple
frustrating.
songs.
I hate this so much. The thing.
For the most part, I just like run this YouTube channel where I do mainly reaction
She's
shows,
pretty.
some gaming now, and some here and there. I'll throw in a little like snack review.
Tell us about
I like
your
this.
choice
I'll like it after.
How you brand yourself and your music.
So like for the because it's like my music, I try to be a little more professional, like a little more traditionally professional. Just like I don't know what I was kind of taught growing up in the industry. You know what professionalism is. But I like to have a little bit more fun on my channel. So like on my channel, I have more freedom where I'm just myself. You know, it's colors, it's gay, it's silly. I curse like a sailor. It's just a good time. When it comes to the music, though, I do try to like tone it down a little bit. I do still want to shout out the pride and everything, but I'm just not as I'm not as animated towards the music as I am on my channel. So for the music, I just try a little bit more of a calm, professional approach. But
I think that's a good idea. You can get a
singing
wider
aspects,
audience
like, my music
and
is also super
not have to
gay,
worry
so
about.
I always definitely try to push that out
conflicting
there.
with stuff.
Like, hey, I'm not singing about dudes. I'm singing about chicks. Come listen. It's cool.
Oh, that's messed up. I didn't get a shiny.
Pretty much. Alright, so sticking on the music topic, what is your
Not really
extent of
much
music
gay
knowledge?
artists
Can
like
you read
that actually make
or do
music
you
like
know any
that. That's
instruments?
interesting.
This is actually a very great question. I can't read music for shit.
Yeah.
Oh wait, can I swear?
That's
Yeah.
bad word number 11.
No, you can do it.
Yeah, no, I actually played percussion in school when I was in middle school and a little bit of high school. I was actually
Mr.
a
Krabs.
percussionist. I played snare drum mostly. Sometimes I played timpani, cymbals, stuff like that. So I learned to read a little bit of music whenever I had to play timpanis. But for the most part, I never learned scales or notes. And I sing and stuff, and I'll hang out with like other singers and like, oh, let's sing this on a G sharp or a C flat.
That's how I was when I used to be in chorus and whatnot.
Words, and I'm like, I don't know what that means.
I'm like, just give me the pitch and I'll try to match it.
And they'll give me sheet music to read, and I'm like, I can't read this. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to. They're like, oh, but you're a singer. I'm like, yeah, but I don't know how to read the language. I'm sorry. I'm like the least
That's what I
professional
did.
singer out there. I swear, because I don't know a lick of any of that. I don't know harmonizing. Thank God the guy I actually record with, he's so good at harmonizing, so he'll show me what notes to sing, like play it for me, and then I'm good at mimicking.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
But yeah,
I could kind of get it, but it just was too much work for me.
Non-existent, which I should probably fix that.
What would you say got you into just music in general?
Well, originally I was actually way more into the acting. So I live in Florida now, but I lived in California for 15 years, and we moved out there because I wanted to pursue an acting career. And it was actually pretty good. I got my first job at 13, which is really cool. I worked a decent amount until I was about 15, but then I got to this weird age where I was too old to play younger roles, but I was still too young to play older roles. So
Yeah, that happens
it
a lot.
kind of went flat for work for me. So I kind of just focused focused on school then, and then after I graduated high school,
Boxing artists.
I met with this guy who was into the music just coincidentally at a party, and I was like, well, you know, I like to sing. Maybe I'll give singing a shot. So that's kind of where I got introduced to the music world. My experience with it actually gradually didn't go very well. There was like, you know, sorry for the word, but like shit on top of shit on top of shit that ended up happening. And I did it for about like 3-4 years of really pursuing it, working with other people, and you learn quickly how shady the industry can be, just honestly speaking. So I got really discouraged. There was a lot of other music that had gotten recorded and stuff that nobody will ever hear, that doesn't exist anymore. Well, I guess they still exist, but I can't release them. Like, it's stuff that nobody will ever get to hear, and it was all this stuff I spent working on, and it kind of turned out for nothing. So
yeah, that's a big problem with music industry.
That's kind of how I got into it, but after the whole
one of the scummiest things.
And moving out here and stuff, I just decided kind of to see what, screw it, I'm going to do it myself. And that was probably the best choice and the best option, to be honest. So for anybody out there trying to get into music, like, I think one of the benefits of social media today is you can get your stuff out there by yourself. You know what I mean? We're working with people you thoroughly trust. And so
yeah, that's a huge plus. Like a really huge plus.
You have to be careful in the industry. There's so many people who just want to take advantage of you or scam you or just aren't decent people. So that was my experience with it. I'm kind of glad I walked away from that, and I'm just kind of doing things on my own now. And the guy who produces my tracks now and helps me record.
I'll take the L if I do get a shiny and she's covering it.
So that's been really good. It's been a blessing on that side, for sure.
All right. So here's a fun
I'm gonna do a little
question.
thing really quick.
What is the process of production for your songs? Like from the idea
I know it's black, I'm
concept
just trying to get this set
writing
up.
to actually producing and singing
Oh, I
it.
can't.
And
Damn.
what would be like your team who does what?
This is great because, again, I'm like the least professional singer out there, I swear. Like, that sounded so nice and professional, and like, I don't have a process.
Darn, I got I got controller
I'm so
drift
serious. Like,
on my
these
DS.
songs just like, I'll get bored, and I'm like, you know what, I feel like writing something.
What happened?
So, well, when I was younger, I was really into poetry, and I still kind of am into poetry. So I started taking my poetry. I'm like, what if I put this to melodies, you know? And so I kind of do that now. I literally will only write a song if I just like randomly feel like it. Maybe that's the ADHD.
I'll get it back up in a second. I'm trying to figure this DS out.
I'm like, I haven't released music in a while. Let's write another song. So then I'll get some kind of idea. I'll think back on something that was really emotional in my life journey, and I'm like, okay, let's write about that. So then. Maybe sometimes I'll go online and you know, get inspired by like tunes or notes and stuff, and then, you know, create a melody, and then I'll take that and then I'll write lyrics to that, and then just kind of build the song from there. And then I'll
happened?
You know, call my buddy who now does my demo, like, hey, I got a new song idea, you want to record it? And he'll be like, yeah, cool. So I kind of did that this last time. I have these 2 new songs coming out that. One of them I actually had already previously written, but the producer I had worked with who created the original track, I had a falling out with him. So I took my lyrics because I wrote the whole song, and I was like, you know what? Maybe we'll bring this one out. So I wrote to my buddy, like, let's make a new track for this. So my new friend, he produced the new track for it, so that's really cool.
I got like this bulge. It looks like a maybe a bird from being on so long, like I talked about the other day. Damn.
Stars, I believe. And it's a great website. It's a place where you can, you know,
I'll figure it out later. Might take it apart.
For a certain amount, and they come with their
Never
own
catch a break, man.
contracts that
It's crazy.
If you read it through, if it's something you agree with, then you have a track you can work with. And so I took that track just because I liked the way it sounded, and I wrote a melody to it and put lyrics to it. And yeah, and as for like the team, it's me and my buddy. I don't know. I don't have like a professional team. I wish I did. I probably would be so much better off if I found other people to help me. But no, so far it's me and my buddy, and he's great at what he does though. Like he has such an ear for harmonies and melodies and notes, and he's really great. He's actually the one that also did the track for Naughty. He's really good at what he does. He's great to work with, and I'm comfortable with him, and so it's always just a fun time. But it's literally just like I just feel like writing a song. Let's do it. I'm going to release is called 143. And for those who don't know what 143 stands for, it stands for I Love You.
I know that.
This one is kind of like poppy and
I know that term.
I actually previewed some of it on
There's a song I like that. It's 143 Princess. The good old song.
It's very catchy.
I can preview it here if you guys want, actually, because I do have. So this is the
It was a ploy to destroy Crystal and T's channel. They get copyrighted right away.
But
No!
I should share the viewers here, you know, a little snippet.
Yeah, this is fucked up, dude. I don't know what happened to my DS. I'm actually really sad right now. That's my, oh, that's one of my dream DS's and it broke. Really fine. I think I can take it apart, maybe, hopefully. That sounds nice. Got a really good voice. Just refreshing the thing. Yeah, okay. Crystal's like, yeah, she's getting it, dude. Crystal and T are getting it. I like the edits, that's so cool. It seems like this would be hard to edit those type of things.
The visuals on this game go away.
Oh, I was like, what? I'm like, what is it? Where'd this UK guy come from?
But I love it. It's very catchy. I wanted to make it super
Like, what
catchy.
the heck?
I felt like for that kind of track, you kind of have to find a really catchy hook that sticks. So that one's like very energy, high, catchy, poppy. And then the other song is called Sugar and Spice. And this one is also pop, but it has kind of like a 90s feel to it. It's a little more throwbacky in the track, and it's a little darker because the storyline is basically about like
hey,
sirens.
show me your music talents.
Sirens who are going out on the prowl at night to hunt men.
Show me your music minge. That's gross.
And
Oh, jeez.
yeah, so that one's like a little more mystical, a little throwbacky. It's a little kind of like noir almost. No, maybe not noir, but it's got its vibe. And
Yeah, I was gonna play it longer, but I was like, man, I don't want to have to sit here, you know, and wait
That
it.
one sounds a lot
Because
of
the
fun.
longer you play it, the more money you
it's
get.
gonna be great. Actually, I don't have a mix for that one, and I can't play the original. So you know what? We'll have to wait. We'll share the mix later because he hasn't sent me the mix for that one yet.
Alright, so going off of that, so far, you said you haven't released too many songs, but you do still have quite a couple. So what would you say is your favorite song to work on?
Three things.
Probably Naughty. Naughty because Naughty is like my baby. So Naughty was the first song that
Naughty.
Well, I fully
Naughty,
wrote my other
naughty.
ones and stuff, and well, the You Should Have Known song was co-written, but a lot of the other songs I had worked with that didn't get to be released, I wrote them fully, but you know, I always worked with somebody who then did the track and everything. Naughty was the first song that I kind of created and pushed by myself, and what I mean by that is I wrote the song because I just was really determined to make a fun Christmas song that also had queer representation, because I felt like as a community.
Oh, it's Christmas, so that makes
we
sense.
don't
Naughty makes
really
sense. Like
have
Naughty or Nice.
Christmas songs, like
Do I think?
everybody
Wait, did
else
she
that
release it already?
we can relate to and stuff.
I think
So
we listened to
that was
this
always
once.
my dream for that, and so I saw the phrase.
Unless we didn't. Unless I'm
Naughty
thinking about a different
Tuesday
song. It's called
on the
Naughty.
trip, I think, like, on a cup
I know I've
somewhere
listened to her
years
once,
ago.
but you showed me her.
And that's where the idea sparked.
Oh, geez, naked girl on here.
Cool if there was a song kind of like about that, like a fun Christmas song.
That bastard selling a cell shell. Get out of here for $89. Fuck you, guy. Guy's selling a cell shell. Sorry. That's what I'm selling. Cheap reselling.
That I kind of wrote the melody to, but I actually didn't use that track. I then took that song to my friend who I hadn't talked to in years. And I was like, hey buddy, like, do you make tracks from scratch? If so, like, can I get you to make this track for me to this song? And he loved it. He took on the project and he made it like such an amazing track. And so we recorded it, and it was the first song I, shared and had produced, by myself. And then when it came time for the music video, it was the first video that I fully, handled by myself. Like, I hired everybody. I set the location. I found all the locations. I directed. I wrote the screenplay for it. Like it is my baby. So I think Naughty will definitely always have a special place in my heart, just because it was the first project I got to fully do on my own, and I'm so proud of it because it came out so good. Like everybody that was involved in it.
Yeah, I think we listened to that before.
We had such a good time on set.
If it's the one I think it is.
To be fair, most of them were my friends. Like for those who don't know, just a little behind the scenes. So the director, the director's assistant, and then the two elves are actually my neighbors. They live across the hall from me. And then my co-star, she is a friend of mine who works also where I live. And
I keep thinking the music is Pokemon music. I'm like, why is it so loud?
The security guard is my friend, and he lives in the neighboring building. And then the hairstylist on set was my mom, and then my other friend, and then my other friend who did the hair. Her partner also helped with some of the lighting and behind the set stuff. The only person I didn't personally know involved in the video was Santa. I've hired him off of like some acting group on Facebook. But other than that, I personally knew everyone, even the makeup artist. And,
Santa.
Well, I met her there, but then we became friends. And the lighting guy, like it was just such a good time, and I would do it all over again.
Alright, this is kind of a difficult question. What is your favorite musical artist?
Can you fart in tune?
Ooh, that's hard because I listen to so much different stuff. I mean, who doesn't, right? I can maybe give you like a top, because when it comes to artists and what they do and kind of what I would aspire to be, I would say Hayley Kiyoko. Just because not only are
That's
all
that
her
person
songs
that was,
like such a bop and a jam,
That married the
but I
Beatle dude,
really
right?
like her
John Lennon or
directing
something?
style. Like I know she's directed, most of her
Kidding.
videos, and I really like the stories that she always puts in her songs and in the videos. And now she's got like a book coming out based off of the Girls Like Girls song. Not to mention, she's a lesbian artist who's very successful, so that's inspiring in itself. But I think I more admire her storytelling. I'm a huge storytelling kind of person. I love a good story. I love when videos can depict a good story. I actually have
Sorry,
this
I'm
thing
trying to
that
fix
irks
this
me
DS.
when the music video has nothing to do with the lyrics of the song. That always frustrates me.
Yeah,
I'm
that never
when I
liked that.
fall in love with a
That
song
always
and
really
there's a
annoyed
video, I'm
me.
I
Like
wanna see
really
that
annoyed me.
song, that story come to life, and then the video will have nothing to do with the song. And I'm like, it'll just be random clips that don't make sense. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Where's my story? So I would definitely pick Hayley Kiyoko, but I like songs also by. So hard. I'm really jamming to this song by. Oh, I forget her name. Shame on me. Mitski.
Oh, I know Mitski. I know her. I know about her. I listened to a few songs. Pretty good.
I heard this song on Emily Dickinson, the show, and fell in love with it. And yeah, there's just too many. There's so many different artists here.
Yep,
So
this
you know what?
sucks.
We'll
Broke.
just go with Hayley Kiyoko as a really good. Oh, Tori Kelly. Oh, Tori Kelly's so good. Tori Kelly's on that list here. Yeah. Bad Bunny's fun. He's just an inspiration because I'm Puerto Rican as well. So
Hey,
it's
I'm
nice to
also
see a
Puerto Rican.
artist, come from the streets of Puerto Rico and become, very successful, and to still see him be just like the nerdy Puerto Rican guy. He's still very much that guy, and so.
I thought Bad Bunny was a
always
girl.
pretty cool to see.
Maybe it's like a different Bad Bunny
Haley
I'm thinking of.
Steinfeld, love her, just in general. Yeah, there's a lot,
Steinfeld.
but let's go with those for top.
Alright, let's see. So, after you name some of those artists, what are some of your favorite songs by those artists?
Go back to my phone. Well, Mitski definitely, unless I'm pronouncing that wrong, I think it's.
I actually never listened to him. I've been saying
Your
stuff
Best
real fast.
American Girl,
That's
what I'm
something I would do.
into. They use
Say
that
something
track
random.
in,
But to be honest, I was
Dickinson,
trying to appeal to
and
people.
It's just such a good song, and fell in love with that. Hayley Kiyoko, I really like her new one for the girls. It's like, song is for the girls, girls are like girls, girls are like boys, girls. Anyway, that's a bop. Love that. I also love Girls Like Girls, the OG throwback one from her. just forget everything. That was my problem with tests in school. It's like I knew all the info, but then the pressure of every test, I just forgot it all. Oh yeah, Sleepover is really good. Feelings. Oh, He'll Never Love You is great. It's a lot. XX was a good one by Haley Kiyoko, I believe. And then Tori Kelly, I really love Should Have Been Us. That's always been like throwback jam that I go to. I also really like Dear No One. Love that. Also Ariana Grande. Sorry. There's like a whole bunch of these songs that just came up in my favorites by Ari. So Ari's in there too. We'll search. It's like really good. Yeah, let's see. Oh, Bad Bunny, Que Ti Me Pregunto, who doesn't like that one. You know what it is? His songs are just good, feel-good songs, like Pitbull. So I always love listening to them.
Oh, I forgot about Pitbull. That's so,
They're
that's so funny. I forgot about that, guys.
Let's see, Haley Steinfeld. Love Myself is a good one. This is great. Capital Letters is a good one I like to listen to. It was also used in, 50 Shades Darker or something. I never watched that one.
But I know it's there.
Because I like Haley, and I guess they used it in the movie. But yeah, let's go with those. I feel like I could ramble forever.
All right, what would you say like is your favorite part of like when you make music? What's your favorite part of the whole process?
Probably hearing the final mix. Because that's like the magic. That's when it's all put together, all the different parts you sang in the booth. Like my friend, I actually took my friend to go with me to experience what it's like to record music for these last two songs I just did, and he thought you just go in and sing the full song a couple times and that's it. And I'm like, no, like for those who don't know the process, it's
Yeah, it's
you'll
parts.
usually
It's
sing,
crazy.
like, a verse multiple times.
Yeah, you have to
and
like
then you'll sing the chorus
20,
multiple
30, 40
You'll sing this
times.
part, and then once you get all the bass
You go for the
parts
best
of the
ones.
song, all the core parts, you'll sing some ad libs, and then you'll sing some extra stuff. You'll sing some harmonies, some background stuff, and so it's such a long process and a very tedious, specific process that I love when the mixer then takes all that, puts it all together, cleans it up, and puts everything where it's supposed to be, and you get to hear the final thing with the mastered track. And it's just, for me, that's always like the best experience, because I remember the first time listening to the final mastered mixes of all my songs. It's always an experience and a memory for me. So like Naughty, it was late at night. I was like literally about to go to bed. I was putting my phone away, and it went off, and my buddy texted me. He said, "Hey, I finished the final mix for Naughty. Here it is. If you want to check it out." I was like, "Oh my god!" So I like didn't go to sleep. I grabbed my headphones, I put it on, and just the magic and the feelings of that everything that I got when I heard it for the first time. It's just like, got it. That's my favorite part for sure. When it's all put together, you're just like, damn, that sounds good.
Alright, so earlier when you were talking about like doing music independently and stuff, you said like that's a good step for people to take. So in addition to that, what advice would you have for anyone looking to do more with music?
Yeah, definitely that. I think in today's time, you can definitely, put yourself out there and be successful on your own. And what I mean by that, like, obviously you can have a team and help and stuff, but
2012 and 13 where it started becoming popular, and now it's a lot more easier.
They made it sound like
The Bandcamp and SoundCloud.
And back in the day, that was the deal. I mean,
It just wasn't possible until about that era. In GarageBand, people could make their own music.
That was the way to go. You signed with a record label, and they made you who they wanted you to be. Nowadays, I would say that is still the way to go if you want to be at like Beyonce level, Ariana level. But those are very different levels, and that's a very, very specific place. I feel like artists can be happier, and will feel happier and more accomplished and just more at peace and not so stressed out when they're writing for themselves and for who ends up following them and genuinely enjoys their music. Because when you get involved with the label,
Excuse
they
me.
own you. You sign into
Yeah,
a
you're
contract
screwed.
and
You
you're
are
basically
screwed.
their puppet. It's like actually pretty shitty if
It's
you ask me, because
Devil's
can't do
Deal.
things without their approval. They dress you. They tell you where you go, what you do, what music you come out with, what you don't. And so I think there's just more freedom in
Whoa,
doing it
almost just
yourself.
fell.
And I think social media today definitely grants platforms for artists to become successful on their own and to grow their own brand and to grow a name for themselves that is theirs and is authentically them, and they don't have to answer to anybody. Now, you can, hopefully build it to a point where then you get noticed by maybe music artists, music managers and agencies and stuff who can then grow you even more. But I think there's just a real benefit to really doing it yourself, because I feel like you won't get lost or used, so to speak, when it's just you and your creativity. And I feel like the artist will enjoy it more when it's just them being them and making what they want to make. And I feel like no matter what it is you're into or what it is you put out, people will find you. You will find people who enjoy your content. The people will come. It's just,
If you sing it,
just the
they'll
process
listen.
of it. And it may take longer that way, but I just personally feel like it's worth it because then it's yours. I know my process with Naughty took longer than it did working with the other people, but I feel way more proud about Naughty, and I was in a way happier place and not stressed out or anything, and I didn't have to answer to anybody. And it's just a much higher accomplishment in my opinion. But that's just me.
Alright, got one more for you here. Are there any projects you plan to do or are looking forward to do in the future for music?
Yeah, whenever more songs just like pop up in my head or I feel like writing music, I'm always looking forward to making more music just for the fun of it. And yeah, so I'm definitely excited for these next two to come out. I would like to make videos for them. I feel like the Sugar and Spice one I'm gonna have to wait for just because the ideas I have for it would take like a big budget and a lot more of a crew to accomplish because since it's about sirens, I kind of want the music video to be about sirens, and that's gonna take a lot more than just shooting for a day in the studio. But the 143 song, I would like to make a video for that. I just have like a fun idea for that one, and I think I could get that done hopefully for either this year or next year. But so far, just excited for those two songs. I do have other song ideas. I don't have enough written where it's like full songs just yet, but my poor heart has been through a lot, and I have a lot of content I can always go back to write new music to. So yeah, just kind of looking forward to those two for sure this year, and then whatever videos I can create would also be next that I'm looking forward to.
Alright. So we also have a couple questions from our viewers that they wanted to ask you.
Oh, no way! Sweet!
Alright, so the first question that we have is, what is your favorite anime theme or cartoon theme?
Ooh, so that's a really good trick. Like what? Like I wonder what they mean by that. Like I have a favorite anime show, but theme. Ooh, that was my neck. I don't know about theme. I will say like my favorite anime show is like Death Note. I thought that was really cool. I don't know if I know there's like beef and dilemma or like debate about whether Avatar and Legend of Korra if they count as animes because even though the style is very much anime, it's still an American show. If they count,
Oh, like
I
yeah,
love
it's
those.
anime. Anime's
If
cartoon.
they don't count, let's go with
I would count that.
Note.
That's good.
Just
That's a
because
good one.
I like animes that have really intricate stories like Death
How you doing,
Note
Slow
did,
Dope? Welcome back.
and how every episode kind of just like had you at the
I'm
edge
a
of your
Death Note
seat,
stan.
and
I like it. It's good.
and it was always what's gonna happen next, who's gonna get caught, what's gonna
That
happen,
was
like,
crazy
what's gonna
back
go
when we were
down,
watching
who's
that on
gonna
Adult
be
Swim.
next. So I guess it's like angsty, but also fun, and if there's some kind of magic involved, whether it's bending like Avatar, or if it's like this magical notebook that like Death Note, or I also really liked Promised Neverland. That one was really good.
That was okay. 1 second. 1 second. Hey, Shut up, woman. Promised Neverland was a phenomenal show, top tier. And then it went to like season 2, and it was the worst fucking show ever. Like there was good moments, but then it became so boring, and like everyone like, oh look, they didn't actually die. It's like really, it just was really like, yeah, I'm on live chat. I appreciate it. It just was like, it was such a good show, bro. It was so good. Now third season, because I started reading the manga. It's supposed to pick up again and be really intense, and like there's the thrill is gonna be there and the risk's gonna be there. But it was such a fucking dope thing, and then they fucked it. So that's just a side note for me. But I can appreciate that. Just season 2 was it went from being like really intense and brutal and very like fucked up. Like the first episode, a little girl gets fucking killed straight, like a 3-4-year-old. And she's all cute, and then it just shows her corpse just decaying as these lizard monsters are about to go eat her essentially and whatnot. And it's really fucked up. But and like throughout that whole series, the tension is just building, and there's more and more crazy things going on. And the base of the for Neverland, I believe, the Forgotten Neverland. Is that what it is? I think she's talking about this one. It'd be fine if I mix them up. Is that these orphans are stuck in this like enclosure, like you get a house in a big forest, and then a huge wall, and they just are told that once you get to a certain age, you're gonna be sent off to like the Neverland and live a happy life and grow old and whatnot. But really, it's just like these lizard creepers, and they control a huge portion of the world, and they completely just fuck everything up. So that's a really good series. They brought a whole bunch of kids that are trying to get in there. Main Abyss is good too, but not as good as that. Not as awesome as a cowbell. Yeah, Main Abyss is really good too. I think Main Abyss is phenomenal. It's
like that,
way better
good
than
action, angst, but also
that.
some magic involved, like a little bit of fantasy.
Oops.
What cartoon soundtrack do you think is like?
So I agree with it. She has a good take for the most part, as long as she doesn't start talking about season 2.
Oh, that's harder than the other question.
I heard it does pick up.
I mean, look,
Oh, it's good, dude. You gotta check it out.
if we're gonna take it back,
Get past that first episode.
Hip-hop.
There's not really any death after
is
that.
still my
It's just really
ritual.
brutal.
Like, when someone texts me,
And you're always on edge.
it's the-
Like, it's always on
I'm
edge. Then season 2
I'm
happens,
gonna
it's
throw it
trash.
back. I'm not even gonna. I know this is gonna.
JoJo's
hurt
is
me,
pretty
like
good, too.
Owl House
I like season 1, season 2 more. Let's talk about Owl House.
Listen, the Kim Possible Call Me Beat Me If You Want to Reach Me.
That's a good
song
one.
Was a flop back in the day. Like that shit still hits.
That's
I'm
one
gonna
of the
say
best.
that, and also Danny Phantom. Anybody remember the Danny
I'm into really
Phantom
brutal
theme song?
anime type of stuff, you know, like really like
I remember
that
I
type of
was
shit. I'm
in
into
fifth
that, like
grade.
mangas.
I remember
I like
lunch
depressing ones.
specifically. Like, I remember
Really
this
into that.
specific day. We were challenging each other to see who knew the whole Danny Phantom theme song by heart, and whoever did, like,
I'm not trying to be edgy, I'm just like, that's like my go-to, so I had a lot of potential.
And I
Danny
nailed
Phantom's
it.
good,
Like
too.
I knew that whole thing. Like, yo, Danny Phantom, he was just 14 when his parents built a very scary machine. It was designed to view a world unseen.
My fam's good.
You know, it's like Phantom. Yeah, like it was such a pop. So you know what? I want to
There's
say
another
those two, 'cause
one I
those
like, but I
two
can't
will,
think
like,
of.
Forever be just like jam. Always.
Oh, gotta give them the ad revenue, I guess. Oh, she has a pretty good take on the animes. Main Abyss is good. I like JoJo's, that it kind of got too, like, as it went on more and more. But I'm a big fan. Like, stands are cool, but
Oh yeah.
it's like cooler Shaman King. But it just kind of got to the point where I'm like half-half. I love how they constantly kill dogs in that series, though. That cracks me up.
Please, you don't fail me now. Now I'm nervous.
Oh, she's playing. I'm gonna beat her in this. Look at my score later and see if I beat her. Money.
Oh my god, it sounds familiar, but man, I'm not good at this one.
Okay. Thank you. You can probably send him over to Crystal. She can maybe help
No,
with that.
this one, but it sounds familiar. I feel like maybe
If she wants to help that,
it's
of course.
something I've heard, but see, I never watched Infinity Train, but it sounded familiar.
Did I do this one? Oh, this is Owl House. She just said she liked Owl House. Let's not get it right away. Let's not get it right away.
Yeah.
She's not ours. Throw her away.
It's really fun when you put on piano.
That's funny.
Hell yeah, I know that one.
This is a good idea to have them do this.
By the way,
In the
this
interview.
is not possible to play.
Looks hard. It keeps lagging, I can't hear it too, but I'm getting enough of it.
Sure. Excuse me. This is that one. Student users or whatever. No, the other. Yeah. Yeah. See, I'm better than her. Dude. I'm so strong. I'm so cool. We've already went over this. I literally forgot what quiz this was, but I know I did this before.
Curveballs, and they're like usually really obscure.
Alright.
But I will not answer anymore because I do not want to. It's so funny when they kill Ben Crickle. Oh my god. So funny to me. Teen Titans, by the way.
I don't think I know this one, but it also keeps cutting out. I can't really hear it clearly.
Sure.
Teen Titans. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, she knew that one. I didn't know that one. I think I might have got that one right because I just guessed because I looked at the thumbnail. I could be wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Or I got one like that in that test.
These are great piano covers.
Thank you.
Yeah, I did that. I was the one that made that video.
I feel like if I did know these,
I forgot this one, but I remember. But I don't.
I know this.
This might have been the one I guessed right, for just a guess
I know this.
from the thumbnail.
Is that it?
You recently started watching.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah,
That's what it is.
I
I'm
think-
like, I know that.
I think that was the one I got
I
right,
know that.
or I got completely wrong. It's one of these.
Maybe the last one. How did I not remember that was growing up? Oh, that's so confident.
I like that. That sounds good.
Damn, man, you're killing piano.
That's an AI actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was the old software we used to use.
Oh, no shit, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a fair out appearance. I'm so smart. I'm so genius. The thing is, sucks. Like I'll know what it's from a song. I just can't remember the name of it sometimes. I know I just can't say the name. I can't think of how to. It's weird.
I know that, but I don't know what it is. Damn.
Oh, jeez, that's so funny. She's gonna feel so dumb. That's right. I feel dumb.
Damn, I knew
That's
that
the
one.
most well-known one. Dun dun DuckTales. Dun 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 dun. Woo!
Two.
Ooh, shoulder pain out of nowhere. Don't know why.
DuckTales. That's what it is. I'm like, I've heard that somewhere.
They're gonna fight us. There you go. I'm so good at this. And I really don't remember, doing this in the sense that I remember doing it, but this is just remembering the song itself. So I feel pretty cool right now. I'm more powerful. Maybe I should be a musician. I got this new song called Doe, a deer, a female
Dude,
deer.
damn it.
Ray Tropical.
It's like I sing it, knowing the melody.
Oh shit, I didn't hear this.
I will say this is one of the curveballs.
I don't know this one. I'll let you have this one. I don't know this one. You remember when I got Fraggle Rock right away that one time?
He knows the melody.
My whole life was meant for that moment.
Oh, Bobby, I just forgot.
Yeah, that's why I didn't watch that one. I can't remember the name of this.
You may have watched this one in school once.
It was in Magic School Bus. I can't remember.
Like, my old
I can't think of
memory is
the
definitely,
name.
Like reacting to these, but it's not. It's so blurry that I can't specify which it is.
I don't think it was Magic School. What was it? Yeah, it was. I'm a genius, dude.
Oh, it's been years since I've seen the Magic School Bus.
Wow, I'm so cool. I'm trying to think of the name of that. No, I don't remember this name. Yeah, I do. Was this? Don't say this is Fraggle Rock. I said it's Fraggle Rock. I know it's for another day. I can't think of the name of it. Yeah, it was Fraggle Rock. It's funny that I just said how I pinned it right away last time, but I fucking knew, and then it came up, and I was shy on. That's so funny. But I didn't know it last time, like right away. That's so funny. That's so funny. I'm like, wait, what? That's so funny. I'm like, wait, I know this. That's so funny. We're redoing it again. Which is even funnier. Oh shit, I wasn't paying attention.
1 year on Nickelodeon. Then it got canceled.
Shit, I don't know this one because I wasn't paying attention. Oh, I didn't know it. This one I didn't know.
Ah, damn, man, I didn't get as many as I thought I would.
Oh, that's funny.
Bummer.
Funny how I was like, yeah, I got the Fraggle Rock right away. Right, it's like the first couple notes, and then it comes on. I'm like, wait a
Let's
second.
do it. Let's do one more.
Is this Fraggle Rock?
I got one more, D. Let's do this. I gotta redeem
Oh, that's so
myself.
fun. I miss doing those ones. We'll do some more when they get some set up in the future again. It's just hard to do those. It takes a lot of time. There you go. Is that it? Oh. Shy Pat Raz my 4. Wait, what? Really?
Adventure Time. Damn it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm happy we weren't racing today. That's crazy. That's so insane. On the 4th encounter, so it's 4 is your go make another account. Go make another account. I thought you were saying, oh my god, from the Fraggle Rock was how perfectly timed it was. Wow. Sorry, I'm gonna miss this one. I wasn't paying attention.
I believe this was Disney XD.
Oh no, I didn't know this one last time. Sorry, I was trying to say that. I just couldn't.
It's been ages.
We have a surprising number of people not get SpongeBob.
That's so insane. Patrat? Like that? That's insane. SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah.
I saw a really crazy messed up SpongeBob picture the other day. What, name it? How about not Fat Rat? How about Fast Rat? Fast Pat. Fast Pat, something like that. It was like right away. Oh shit, I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, I'm feeling a little more
Rob Top.
Yeah, this one's more older cartoons. The other one was more recent stuff.
Oh, she's only 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, right?
That explains a bit more. Look at that picture. That's so good, dude. That's so good. Let's see what Time No More Shine looks like. Looks like.
Sounds familiar, but I don't think I watched it often. Yeah, I've never really watched that one.
Well, that's horrible shiny.
It's not familiar though.
I'm gonna say Phineas and Ferb, but can't believe I got it before her. Can't believe I got it. She was more of a Disney kid, I can tell. Maybe like Nickelodeon, which is like a real thing. Like most guys watch Cartoon Network, most girls watch Disney, Nickelodeon. I was playing two ones. 1 second. When SpongeBob intro song hit, someone in the chat said, "Do you watch SpongeBob?" Oh, that's so funny. They just knew instinctively. That's actually creepy. Dude, I need a tiny little shiny so bad. So I'm not paying attention to that now. I'm so caught up in wanting to get shiny now to catch up to Crystal. It's funny how I got 2 shines that one day, and you got 2 shines not too long after, and won 8,000 games. No, that really is your first ever Gen 5. We just talked about that recently. Nice. So I'm gonna focus on hunting for a bit, so I won't be paying attention to the music in the sense. Oh, listen, but I'm not gonna try to guess. I have to step up my game. I gotta get it. Only watch like 1 or 2 of those things. Yeah, serial shiny average. Powerpuff Girls, by the way.
The intro Professor Utonium part.
That's what it was. Damn. That's, of course everyone knows that.
I want to go some double grasses, but I need to get something in this Charstone Cave. I've been hunting way too long in Charstone Cave. Like, ridiculous amounts of time in Charstone. Oh my god. How much snot in my throat. I'm gonna try to like smack this and hope that I fix it. The Lion Guard. I haven't seen that yet. I have the porcupine who farts a whole lot. I got a plush of him. My friend won it in a claw machine. I said, give me that. Like, he's the fart goblin. This is the fart pine. Which cracks me up. That's so insane that they put a fart fetishist guy in there. That's so funny. Man, I'm so upset that my fucking 3DS is broke. My limited edition, extremely rare 3DS. That's brutal. And my other, and then my 2DS broke not too long ago. My other one that cost a ton. Yeah, is that his name, Bunga? He farts in the thing. He has a talking box in him and he farts. It's so crazy to me. That's why this show's good.
Yes.
I think after this, I want to watch some Beetlejuice and hopefully I get no copyrights on that. Because I think that's pretty fun. Not the movie, the little fellow from Howard Stern. He cracks me up. I might want to watch that. Might take a little bit to chill, and then we will maybe watch some of that. I'll see how many hours I have left of streaming. Got fucking flood in my throat. I'm so happy I didn't buy that Grade 8 Vegeta, but I'm also sad because I was looking at the other things. Just thinking about that. So I want a Grade 8 Vegeta so bad, but it costs way too much. Oh, I'm so hungry, I haven't ate. Oh, dude, I had a heart attack. Bro, motherfucker put up Jace. This thing goes for like $180 to $200 for 60, but it's the off-brand one. Woo! That was impossible, sorry. Wow, that was crazy. That gave me like such a heart attack, holy shit. That was the first one to refresh it, there's no likes. And it's just sitting there.
Those were so freaking fun! Oh my gosh, thank you for including these. This was fun.
Yeah.
No, that's a really good thing to do
I loved that.
for interviews.
I'm disappointed that I did not have better knowledge, but you know what? It's okay.
I mean, you still did pretty good.
Yeah, I did okay. I did okay.
I
Once I got my KP
I'm
more,
cool.
I'm happy.
Alright, so this was
But
a
she's
lot
only
of fun.
20. She did a really good job for, you know.
That was a lot of fun. I'm glad you guys included the quiz.
Well, she's
That
not
was,
20.
like, that was
I
a
think
good
I just said
time.
that. Yeah, Lester, is that, yeah.
Really enjoyed
Spell
that.
red.
So that's an AI.
L L-S-T-R-E-R.
And so we've been doing this, like, piano mini
Spell
that we run
red.
into it,
Yeah,
and
we
it would
tried
auto-generate
Love
ideas,
that, dude.
like,
I love watching all his videos and
So
like the
cool.
candid videos of him, just like when they filmed him when he was just walking around the house, like cooking food and whatnot.
Oh, that was
Just seeing him interact with the world is so
Thanks
crazy.
much. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys having me on here. Let me know when you put this one
That was a
up.
really good interview.
Hi.
And I think that's a really good way to send it off with that ending, because it's not like it's like you're kind of relaxing and you're just chilling, and at the very end it amps up and then you're really excited and you're trying to participate to beat the person. So I think that was a really good interview. Let's see. Yeah, all right. Excuse me. We'll do Beetlejuice moments. Really good. Here's the funny comment video. We want the 9-minute. Let's check out the 9-minute one. I'm weighing 600 pounds. I'm 500 feet tall. At least a lot. At least 500 pounds. Dude, this is so fun. I could, oh my god. About up here, dude. I don't think, dude. Dude, I can sit here and just talk like right after he says so. It's so funny to me. He's naked. What you staring at? I got more sex than you had in one night. That's so funny. Dude, I fucking love these. Yeah, here's a class hat. That is just racist. Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Instead of tipping the guy like it's customary, he always has to give the guy a hug, right? Give him a hug for all. So
Look, he's in like a clan hood. I think he was supposed to be a ghost, but it looks like a clan hood. Was this like the Halloween special or something, or was it like they just were fucking with him? He is very self-aware, by the way. He's like an actor. A lot of it is actually like he knows what he's doing for a good portion of the stuff. Not everything, but I've watched hours upon hours. This one's funny too. What are you gonna do? Don't make me do it. He actually died, that guy, Sean. I think it was a drug overdose. It was very sad. He was like his best friend. And then his brother took over as his like handler and whatnot. And his brother treats him really well. Sean did a lot of questionable things, like hiring him prostitutes and whatnot. Very questionable things, but at the same time, it's like, hey, he's still a human. He's still a man with needs. He called into Howard Stern while he was doing stuff with the prostitute. It's so funny. It's fucked up. It's so funny. Howard Stern is a scumbag, but not because of this, just in general. But shit's funny as fuck. Yeah, was trying to get a wedgie, yeah. I love this. Holy shit. Yeah. Oh my god. I'm married to my wife. Dude, I fucking love it so much. This is one of my favorites. I can't do it, Sean. Yeah. Dude, voice is like, I can't do it, Sean. I love this, dude. This is so funny. This is a slow dope. Maybe after this, after you watch a bit. Counselor Red. LSD, yeah. I like these. They're a lot shorter, but I wish they had the longer clips. We'll watch a longer clip one in a bit. I will soon. I think we'll do it in like a half an hour, maybe. We'll talk about it. This shit's so funny. He's like, yeah, what? This is real life slow dope. This is where the slow comes from. He's wearing his ring. I love this. Is so good, dude. He has so many bangers, dude. This guy's a king. This is my crib. This is my bed where I fucking it. This is my bed where I fucking it. This is my bed. This is where I fuck at. I'm in a dog cage. This is my favorite part.
This is where I fuck all day long. This is what I do. Get on the bed.
Can I fuck?
That's what I do all day long. That's what I do.
That's what I do.
Just the bathroom. I go in. Sweat shit. All the things we have here. This is the bathroom. You take a shower in it. You wash my balls.
She washed my balls.
Go back in. Take a shower. Take a bath. And you can shit. I'll pull a pass out and shit. You know? Wipe your ass before you leave. Flush the toilet. Turn the
I
lights
think
out.
it's carrot.
Well, this is where we do our cooking. This is our oven. This is where we smoke it up.
It's hot currently. That's where we smoke it up.
Juice. We got ice cream. We got pizzas. We got ice cream. Kiss and drink.
It's so fucking funny. I haven't watched this in so long, so it's so much better.
You know, great food. Warm it up. You want a soup? You shoot.
Like once a year, I'll go through and watch like 100 hours worth.
Downstairs, we play pool.
This is my once a year now. Now I hope I don't get hit with copyright notices. It's whatever, but you know.
That's Brian. You're Brian. This is Focus, the girl. Look here, Focus. There you go.
It's like a Yu-Gi-Oh thing, like Seto Kaiba.
It's the trampoline. We just jump on it, you know? The trampoline, we just have to wait on that for another day. Well, we do it next time. I know. We do it next time. No, I ain't doing it. No way. No, I don't.
I ain't doing no way. He has boots on.
I ain't flipping you crazy. What are you trying to get me killed? Yeah.
I believe he's wearing a diaper because he can't really control when he has to poop half the time. He doesn't really know when to, like, he has to. Is this another good one? It's part 6. Yeah, he's like sleeping. He acts like he's not once he gets woken up. He's like, no, I'm up. I'm up. It's so good.
Lester. Les.
His face when he wakes up is so funny. It's like a cryptic.
Lester. What are you doing? What? What are you doing? Nothing. Watching this. Oh, you watching TV? Watching a movie. Oh, I think you were sleeping. No. My bad. Oh, I'm sorry. I think you were sleeping. I'm sorry, bro. All right. Right, go home. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Kill Bruce Lee, I broke his neck. That's so bad.
Can't reach out. Here.
Oh my god.
Here, you just gotta put it up like that. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Gotta play your cup up there.
Oh, this is great too. He didn't put it in the wrong spot. What an asshole. Excuse me.
How you doing, B? I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, now, is it hard to talk through that mask? No. No? The statue of Beetle's head that he went through to get this costume.
I do this because I want to do this because I have to do it for me. I have the best way to do this for me.
Well, look at his hands.
Yeah, he even made up his hands. Beat is
Wow, he's white.
Beat is white.
That is so funny.
One just like you.
I forgot about this clip.
On the one stop.
Wow.
Wow.
Beat, it's so hard to hear you.
I came up with this stuff. I always come up with it.
You've always come up with the best stuff.
Yeah, that's gonna happen when you don't fit the average teenager standards.
Well, and you look great.
Especially being like mixed like you are. They expect you to not like stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like, you shut your mouth. Let a free man speak. Not a slave to music like you people. With your Billie Eilish.
This is your time of year, huh?
I love the Howard Stern mess. I wish he
Let a free man cook.
Right. Well,
Let him get his thing going on.
pop it.
Oh, that's really good. Almost out
It's
though.
really weird how the lips don't move when the sound comes out. I hear him. It's weird. It's really weird, Pete, when you in this costume. Yeah.
Yeah, he's excited though.
Hey, by the way, there's a guy on the phone who claims that he is
This Friday though, I should be getting my Xbox controller again. Also, because I have like, so when I try to sprint, it stops and it goes like this, and I fidget, and I can only take so long before I break my controller. Especially when I feel like sniping, it's impossible.
No, you're hot.
And then today, my fucking other DS broke. It's currently has drift in its movement, so I can't even play the games.
Alright, go to jollydwarf.com. Beetle, this is an amazing costume.
I love the head though.
Look, I'm just saying, should we swap? I like metal, but I only like really intense, brutal metal. Like I can't really get into Slipknot or anything like that. I can't get into like Metallica or anything like that. It's not heavy enough. I like hardcore, post-hardcore, metalcore, deathcore, death metal. Now, I don't listen to it that much anymore because it's really negative to listen to that once you get older, and even when you're younger. But it's also good to vent through. But I've been like,
Excited to talk to Howard and
I haven't really been.
Fred,
Excuse me.
Benji.
I don't think it's a good thing to listen to metal constantly. You have to like, swap it out. But I just don't like AC/DC. That's rock. But like Metallica, Slayer, I never got into those. It wasn't heavy enough.
What about Benji?
Fuck Benji.
Yeah, no, I hit some really good snipes the other day, just not like I can't with the thing.
Sucking dick all day.
He's sucking dick all day.
Yeah. I showed him the other day.
Alright, Pete. I'll let you get ready for Howard.
Yeah, fuck Howard.
Mr. President, an honor for you to call.
AC/DC Thunderstruck or an accordion, these polka. Polka. I like that type of music. I don't really like I don't really like what's it called? Country music that much, but there's some okay country music here and there. Let's see. Sabaton and Powerwolf. That sounds familiar. Those power metal bands and heavy metal. I stopped listening to metal music about 2014, 2016 actually, I think. So everything from lower I would listen to. Like I like Lock 'Em Off the Flames. What's it called? Expires are really. I love Expire. That's a hardcore band. Expires by far the best music. It's really good when you're feeling like garbage. It's really relatable. And their songs are like a minute to a minute and 40 seconds. And it's phenomenal. Thanks for gonna watch the video and give me all your shine. Like, yeah, of course. See you later, Crystal. I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out. It means a lot. Thanks for recommending the video. Jeez! You're gonna be in trouble, Bill. You just gotta fast forward past this part. Yeah, I forgot he goes intense on that one. That's me when Crystal leaves. Like, oh, you leaving? Well, guess what? Dude, it looks so gross. Archie Breaker. Talking music sounds the same to me. There's it depends. Once you get into like the more deeper genres, it's really good. I think folk metal's pretty fun to listen to, but I don't think it's like a one that you have to listen to like randomly. I just thought about that. That's always a fun one to listen to. But only like at like a time. Okay, I'm kind of over this right now. We're gonna take a break from this. I'll have to find the good ones because like those are really good, but there's even better ones I want to watch later with him. We'll go look for the better clips because those ones are the more drawn out ones where I'm not want to listen to. But there's some okay ones out there for country music. You just have to find the right part of the genre. I think bluegrass is kind of nice to listen to. That's kind of like a weird offset of country, I think. But to me now I've been liking a lot of Donda and Donda 2 from Kanye West and Jesus is King as it's really wholesome and good music and healthy music to listen to and doesn't really feed into like the bad of the world and fuel you into doing really stupid gross things and whatnot. So I've been growing to really like that because I never was really a Kanye fan. I think he has some good music, don't get me wrong, he has some good bangers out there, but I never really liked him. He's just kind of a shitty person throughout time. Even now, like more recently, after he did the whole crazy stuff, which I was like, dude, this is dope. This is bass, dude. Then he kind of like did like a backtrack and started going against what he just was saying in some regards, and he's just not serious. And like, for example, he's extremely Christian, and then a month or two ago, he gets married to a new wife, and she's like a huge whore, and they're like around and she's like naked. I'm like, how are you a Christian? And then all of a sudden, like you're a really big Christian, and all of a sudden now you don't have the aspects of the sexuality of the Christianity because you can't get over not having sex. Like that's his big thing. His big hang up with Christianity is that he can't like not come. That's his big problem, and he can't like try to show off. And he also kind of like sexualized Christianity with like at like one of his like parties, a lot of girls where they were dressed up in crosses, half naked and whatnot, their clothes. So it was just like a really like smack to the face, like a double take moment where you're like, can you just get over the degenerate part of that, you know? Because if you're a Christian, you're not really supposed to, like, that's one of the big things is feed into degeneracy of like sexual immorality. So it was kind of sad seeing him go from being like yeah, this is how I feel about stuff, and all of a sudden he's back on his shit. Now, he is a visionary, you know, he is a artist, and, like, that's what artists are, you know, they tend to go in the more degenerate side of stuff, but it's not an excuse. You have to push away from that, so, ever since he got his wife again, like, his new wife, it's like, what the fuck, dude, like, what's going on here? How you simping like that? Simping, like, big time, so, Kanye or Ye, I'm really not... I was, like, with him for a bit, and then now I'm like, bro, don't you... Your next music better not suck. Better not have some still degenerate parts to it. I swear. You're my wholesome thing to listen to out of all this. Because Come to Life is a really good... Like, probably, like, top 10 songs I've listened to is Come to Life. Like, the lyrics aren't too deep, and I can't relate with some of the lyrics, but, it's just really good. It just feels like, when you're also pushing to get things and, like, set up yourself in certain regards, it's like, and you're seeing yourself grow in certain ways, it feels like, it's really relatable. So Come to Life is a really good song. I absolutely love that one. And then, there's a few other ones. One of my, what was it, one of my favorite lyrics, it's like, what do you say? What was it? It's from Jesus is King, and it's like, what is it? I have to think of it. You don't want to fuck it up. It's like, I don't know, like, it's just really good, though. It escaped me, the lyric itself, but it's like, it perfectly encapsulates how I feel about certain things, you know? Oh, jeez. It's like, I'm not mean, I'm just focused. He's like, I'm not mean, I'm just focused! And it's like, yeah, no, when you really are focused, you really put the feeling and care of other people to the side, not meaning to, but you're just so focused on that one, like, exact thing, that, like, your hyper-autism and your hyper, like, consciousness is only focused on that one thing. So he's like, I'm not mean, I'm just focused. And it's like, bro, that's so funny, because I never, like, certain people, they sound like they're assholes, but they're just so hyper-focused on something that everything else is just an annoyance and a takeaway from what they're trying to accomplish. And they have to, like, kind of kill that idea of, just having compassion for that person's exact moment when they're taken away from you, essentially, you know, when they're like he's like when he's like driving somewhere, he goes and he like tells like the driver, like, hey dude, go here, do this, okay, do this exact thing. He might be really direct and forward, but it's not like because he's trying to be mean, it's just that he's so focused on his current objective that he's like, I'm not mean, I'm just focused. It's like, dude, that's I've come to terms that I do that sometimes. So I feel like that song, which I can't escape me, is just that part is really good, and the rest of it's really good too. Like, but that lyric in particular, it's like you start realizing the deftness of what words can be portrayed as in a song and kind of breed. So I'm a big fan of that exact lyric. I'm not mean, I'm just focused. It also goes well with the rest of the song. It's that particular one just gets me, and it cracks me up every time, because it's very, very true. Very true. Now he's just kind of I don't know how I stand with him now, because it's like, you can't just go out and try to push for something, and all of a sudden now you're completely backpedaling and causing more damage than good. So to me, it's like, Ye and Kanye, I'm very half and half on. Hope for the best. I hope he gets out of his simphood, you know, and stop simping for that lady, that demon, that disgusting demon. But who knows? I've been trying to look at some more animes to watch and whatnot, but like, I feel like nothing is really good anymore that I like. I can't really get into a lot of things. That's why I've been really into Dragon Ball again. It's like, I know I'll play this. I know Dragon Ball is not that good. It's not like a phenomenal. There's a lot of amazing, top of the line moments. A lot of good dialogue shared between, like when Majin Vegeta. That's like Vegeta, but he's evil. He's like, hey, am I gonna see Goku again? Am I gonna be able to battle him again once I kill myself? Because I have to kill myself to protect my son. I have to blow myself up. I have to put all the energy in me into a single mass and explode myself just to save my son and his friend. And Piccolo's like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you, because it's horrible to lie to someone before they're about to die with false hope. But you're going to hell, dude. Like, straight up, he's like, yeah, no, you Goku's dedicated his whole entire life to saving people, and all you've done is brought pain to everyone around you up until more recently. Your whole goal in life was to destroy and cause damage and be the best you can be in the worst way possible. He pretty much says that, and he's like, huh, okay. He just blows himself up and dies, and that's a moment where it's like so good. And Final Flash, the music and the sacrifice is so insane because he just compresses all the energy and goes, fuck it, dude! Boom! And he blows himself up. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. And they're coming out with that figure again, re-releasing it. Not the explosion effect, which I wish they would, but they're coming out with that figure for SH Fig Arts this next month as an exclusive, and I'm praying I can get it. Like, that's my one I really want, because I think the figure itself is like 160, the old one, to 200, where this one's going to be 65 if you can get it on Premium Bandai, which they sell it fast. And I might ask some of you guys that have money to refresh Premium Bandai to help me get this and whatnot, and I'll just pay the person back. But I might ask some people that do have money, like, hey, can you help me try to secure these? So I want to get at least 2 of each. And then if I can get more that I can sell later on in the future, because they'll sell for $65, these figures, these exclusives for San Diego Comic-Con, that's like the MSRP, and then they're going to sell on the aftermarket for $200, $150, $180, and it hurts. But me, personally, as a collector, I want 2 for my collection in case one breaks, and I want just for that. So, yeah, Dragon Ball Z has so many good, legendary moments, and that was one where I'm like, Lucas, you have to watch it, because the thing is, you don't even have to collect Dragon Ball, but it has such a place. And Dragon Ball, the actual Dragon Ball, I sent your stuff out today. I couldn't find one of the holos, I think, so I added in a few extras of stuff, so you'll see when it gets there. But yeah, no, like Dragon Ball itself is one of the best animes, because it starts off, the way he grows, the adventures, it's so, dude, you have to watch Dragon Ball. It's not Dragon Ball Z, it's when he's a kid. And the exploration is so, like, phenomenal. Like, all the environments, going through all the things. It's just, it's so good. And, I absolutely love it, dude. The emotion in that series is really great, too. But, I'm like, I love DBZ. There's just so many good moments in it. And even Dragon Ball Super has some phenomenal moments. As much as it's kind of shitty, like, there's some really good moments in it. Like, the Tournament Power, while it was really fucking dumb at times, it has so many epic moments. Like, when Vegeta does the final explosion again, the final, whatever it's called, again, and he makes it out. This time, they're like, wow, dude! You didn't die! And then, like, seconds later, he has to go into, he gets, I think, Blue Evolution, or he just, like, realizes his totality of what he wants to do, and he's like, I can't believe I failed my family, and it shows, like, all the pictures of, like, his family and his friends, and how he feels like such a, like a waste of space almost, because he couldn't get to that pinnacle, and he fucked up. Like, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. So, yeah, and then as he's, like, about to, like, lose in the tournament, he sends the rest of his energy and gives it to Goku, which he does not like doing. Like, multiple times in the series, he's like, I'm not giving you my, like, the Earth is about to blow up, I will not give you my energy. Eventually he will sometimes, but, like, he doesn't feel like he should give other people a boost. So it's like, it's so good. It's so good. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. Me waiting for Minga's story. How about pretty soon? I want to talk about stuff I enjoy for a bit, like that's now it's in my head, and then we'll talk about that, because I have to think a bit on that one, because the Minga story is a whole entire thing. It's happened like 3 years ago. But Cell's my favorite anime. Yeah, no, he's good. I'll talk about Cell in a bit. Redeem my bad box pulls. I got one of the new Peliatra boxes. Pulled a gold card. Super. Oh, nice. Skeldra. Oh, nice. DEX, and it's called in a Fortress Terra and a. Damn, you somehow got really good pulls, because those boxes fucking blow, bro. Those boxes blow. So you actually got a really, like, impossible box. So that's actually, congrats on that. I wish I had the Super Rod. That thing's amazing. I'm sorry for tomorrow's Nintendo Direct. I just hope Pokemon DLC takes up 0 time. He's like, yeah, no, me neither. I don't care. I don't want to take up time. I want a remake for Let's Go, or like a continuation for Let's Go, or a remake for Gen 5. I really do not care about Scarlet and Violet. I think the cards are cool. I like the cards, like collecting. But even the collecting sucks for the cards, because the cards are so devalued. Like, already the set is fucking tanked in price, and it's been like, what, 2 weeks, not even? And it's like, they fucked up so bad. Like, there's, like, I don't understand how this, like, set is, like, the last 2 sets, they give you so much that it just has no value. I might share the DLC. It depends on. I don't want to spend the money. When's it come out? Is the question. When's it come out? And I can't watch the. I'm not gonna stream the Nintendo Direct because I really, if I'm being honest, I do not like Nintendo that much. I don't like video games as much as I used to as a kid, and I haven't found a game from Nintendo other than Pokemon that I like, other than Fire and Blue. But the last Fire and Blue I didn't care for because it was weird how they made the characters and whatnot like engaged. It wasn't my thing. But Three Houses was phenomenal though. I thought I was gonna hate it and it ended up being like one of my top 5 Switch games. But yeah, like if they make like a Wind Waker not DLC, but a Wind Waker remake, and don't turn into the Breath of Wild / Tears of Kingdom, I'm fucking for it. Or if they just make a remastered. If they make a remastered and release it that day, we are playing it that day. So tomorrow. Now I don't think they will, but we'll see. Punch Out, is that the is Punch Out that fighting game? What's Punch Out? But no, I love Cell though. I have a Cell Max statue right over there. He's huge. You can't really see him, but he's right there. And I hope SH Figuarts makes a thing for him. That'd be fucking insane. But the thing is with Cell, the superhero movie brought Cell Max, and I think that's amazing. I'm hoping they do more with him because they could have made where he dies, and then from the rubble sneaks out a perfect Cell, or like a imperfect Cell or first form Cell in like the new red color scheme, and then now he's slowly going through the galaxy absorbing energy instead of just being on Earth, and then come back to Earth to fuck him up. Like, they could do something like that. But the thing is, I don't know if it would be. I can't remember. I know they took like some stuff from the last Cell and put it into this Cell. I don't know if it would actually maintain his memories and whatnot. So he wouldn't really have like a vengeance in that regard to the Z Fighters. Who knows? But or Z Warriors. Z Fighters the game. But I would love to see Cell Max put on there. And Cell figures cost so much, I might have one for cheap, hopefully soon. A guy might sell me one for like 100, but they go for like 150, 200. It's insane. But Cell's a really good opponent too. Cell Juniors, I like Cell Juniors a whole lot. I like second form Cell. First form and second form Cell are, I think, the best. Perfect Cell's great, and Super Perfect Cell's even is cool as well. But man, middle form Cell, he's like, "Hey guys," he's so fucking funny, dude. Imperfect Cell is so funny. He's like, "Oh, what are you guys doing to me?" It's so funny. I saw that. Yeah, I saw Smosh is returning, which is crazy. I want a port or a new installment in the series. Is that the like Mike Tyson Punch Out, or no? That's something else. I don't know. Maybe that is Punch Out. Yeah, I did see that. Now I don't know how it's gonna be after like Anthony became extremely like liberal. I don't know if it's gonna really hit as much as it used to. He's like he doesn't really hit like the jokes as much. Like the last jokes were like before were pretty offensive, pretty intense, and pretty like insane at times. So I don't know if he'll push the limits or not, or if he'll have that hold him back. One of my favorites, but I give people a props to affirm my laser. Yeah. No, I forgot about that one. Fire my laser. I just love how his face looks. He's so fucking funny, and like he's just, man, he fucking went through a lot. So, middle form Cell went through so much, dude. Like, I got beaten the shit out of so much. I love the design of first form Cell. I love actually the design of the fetus when he's in the tube. That one, I love that one. Time in a bit I can watch the Nintendo Direct before work. Hell yeah. Hopefully they hit what you want. Unlike the Xbox, which I do want to get that. Was that Starfield game? But is it even co-op? I don't think it's co-op. I heard it's not co-op or something. Or there's something weird about it, which I don't know. I have it free for the Game Pass, but it's just like, who knows? There's the stupid new stuff that they started doing as well. Yeah. Yeah, I think he wanted money. Ian did. I just know Anthony is his more recent stuff. I'm like, this is dumb, dude. When he started his own channel, and I just hope it just doesn't affect his performance or whatnot. But it's nice to see them together again. I saw that, I'm like, wow, that's insane. Like, that's actually insane. I still think it's gonna be like kind of shitty. Like, honestly, like he's going back and watching old Smosh. There's a lot of funny moments, but a lot of it's also just not funny because it aged horribly, as most comedy does. most comedy ages very, very, very bad. I mean, ages like milk, not like wine. And it's just like, but hey, I mean, I will like to listen to some nostalgia stuff. I feel like all this stuff they got famous for, they can't really do anymore because it's already overplayed a million times. Like the Pokemon theme songs, all that type of stuff. I hope what they do is they actually do a collab with remaining I Set My Friends on Fire artists. Like when they did Sex Ed Rocks and like the high school song. Like if they do another thing with him, that would be so, like, that would be my favorite. Because that artist is one of my favorite artists, I Set My Friends on Fire. I love their music. It's so like the amount of like genre changes they've gone through. In one of their last albums, the genre changes were insane. Was it Astral Rejection? But I hope they do something like that again. 'Cause that shit was funny. I never liked Smosh Game. I fucking despise them. I don't know. It's just that I grew up on Smosh when it first came out. I was watching their fucking Pokemon video, their sand, going to the beach video. I made videos with my friends wanting to do that type of stuff back in the day. Like, I was like, this is going to be what we do. But just never, you know, we were young. We were like 13, 12, maybe even younger. But it just was crazy that, but I never got into that. I didn't like that white guy with the glasses in that. He always just pissed me off. I don't know. If you like him, no hate. But you're stupid. No hate, though. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, like a lot of like improv and whatnot, which was just kind of like weird and like it just like wasn't to me. It's like this wasn't as good. I never got into Smosh Gaming though. I was into you know, I just couldn't get into it. I watched a few episodes. Like, it's not bad, but my thing was there's too many people sometimes, and like there was no definitive. And I watched like Game Grumps before it turned all like what it is now. And pretty much, I watched the first episode of Game Grumps that came out. I was there for it, like on release day, and that was like my jam, you know. And then John left, and Dan was okay for a bit. And as they got like more famous and they became really progressive, and they just came to a point where like, you know, he disavowed all his old jokes and like became an extreme cuck. I was like, this is weird, dude. This is weird. This is not like this is like a person that needs validation from other people, that needs attention, that needs to suck off people to feel good about themselves, that needs to have like the moral high ground when there's no high ground at all, and it's just like a hill, and he's just sliding down it. Like I hate that guy, dude. So Aaron Hansen. So that's why I never got into Smosh Gaming, because I had them first, and Video Game Donkey. I don't like Video Game Donkey that much anymore either. Like he's kind of like, eh. I think Leah really reeled him in. His like wife. There's still some funny moments he has, I'm not gonna get wrong, but going from the beginning, like one of my favorite things, because earlier they said Steinfeld, and one of like Video Game Donkey's earlier videos was he had this series where he was playing Mega Man, and he was telling a story of Mega Man meets Seinfeld meets Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He goes, it's Uncle Richard, whose real name is Steinfeld, and it's like, that's why when I said Steinfeld there, I was laughing at that moment. He's like, Steinfeld, whenever I hear Steinfeld, I think of that. I want to watch it again. We might watch it tonight. It's so funny but so dumb. It's probably aged horribly. He's like Steinfeld the whole time. But it's pretty much he just played through like the Mega Man like 1 games or something like that, and he's talked about this nonsense Fresh Prince of Bel-Air meets Seinfeld meets something else story, and it was so good. It was so good. Director's at 10 a.m. Yeah, does anyone know what time it is? It's being released. Also love Game Grumps, but I haven't watched them for years. One Oni Plays, so yeah, I think Oni Plays is good. I think that's a good one. They still are pretty edgy. I mean, they have their, you know, biases and whatnot and how they are about things, but I think they're good. It's crazy to see like where Stamper went. Like he fell off for a bit. He's actually still pretty funny. He's actually still really fucking funny, and even though he's like a meth addict or whatever he was for a bit, I think he's in recovery now. But like he fucking posts a picture on his community tab. It's been up for months. I think it's now taken down, of his dick. And it's like, and he's like, man, my shit looks fucked up, dude. He's like, put that in a crock pot and cook it. He posted a picture of his dick, and it was all like fucking gray and like gross and whatnot. And he looks like, dude, like the drugs hit him hard. It's sad, but I think he's in recovery now. He's been doing a lot better. But he would just go on like weird schizophrenic rants, which makes sense and it's fine, you know, because I understand where he's coming from on a lot of this stuff. But at the same time, some of it's just not like, you know. Some of it just was uncalled for. But it was like crazy. That whole Stamper TV. Yeah, I think Game Grumps still has some pretty funny moments here and there to like casually watch at times. I still think they can be funny. It's just that the character change of Aaron Hansen is just so ridiculous to me and so like to his own benefit while throwing away and stomping on everyone else. It's like I can't do that, and it's just not my thing. It's just I couldn't. I watch sometimes his box opening for Pokemon cards and Magic. I watch some of those sometimes. And Starbomb, I was listening to that when it first came out. That was good. I never got past the second album. Was good, and I kind of stopped listening to it. I don't even know if they make anymore. But that was a really good album, the first one. Their first. Yeah, I like Zach's pretty funny. Have you ever seen Sleepy Cabin? That's like the real peak of Oni and all them. That's the echelon, it's the top tier. How you doing, by the way, Mal? Welcome back. That's the top tier for me. That's the pinnacle of like Oni 1 and all that, and Stamper and all them. I love them. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, where he cheated on him, yeah, and then it was with Pro Jared. I was about to actually bring that up, but I was like, I'm not gonna talk about it just yet. But that was a really big thing too. That was crazy to me. And it's just like they made like Pro Jared like a piece of shit. He goes, "Hey, dude, this is fucked up. Like, what are you talking about?" Like, he wasn't like, hey, he did a fucked up thing too. I'm not gonna lie, but they made him seem like he was the main bad guy and no accountability for what's her name, Haley or something, or it was something weird like that. Her name, I forgot. That person was a piece of shit though. That was insane. I felt bad for Ross, dude. Ross is kind of like a dork now, but he yeah, no, that was crazy on him having that happen. I couldn't even imagine. It's okay. This 10 sweet. I think with me, it's just like as I got older and grew up, and my ideology of things started forming and growing more, and I've realized the world more. I'm like, there's just a lot of piece of shits out there in the content creation sphere, and I just don't want to support them or watch them anymore. And it's just harder to watch because I see how they used to be. You'd be like, well, as you get older, you change your views. I'm like, well, yeah, you do, but you also stay in the realm of reason. Like, you don't really change your whole entire ideology and belief system like that most of the time. You know, it's mostly like a casual thing, and it really doesn't shift much. Unless something crazy, radical happens to you and you really see it, you're not going to change some base views and whatnot here and there in certain regards. And that's kind of like Aaron Hansen did the complete opposite of that. He changed almost everything, threw people under the bus, and causes so much problems where I'm like, I'm not okay with that, and what have you. So, to me, it's just like this really weird thing where, you know, separate the art from the artist, but certain people you just can't. You just have to be like, especially when it's personality driven, it's a lot harder to do. Like, you can watch an actor or an artist that sings and enjoy their medium, but when they're a content creator that's a lot more personal, and you can watch thousands of hours and their whole entire like personality is based around certain aspects, it's like, yeah, I can't really support that. There's not really like an art form. There's no art form to watching a Let's Play channel for fucking 10,000 hours. There's an art form to a movie that's 2.5 hours long and they spent, you know, 10,000 hours to make, and they perfected, you know, and it's not off the cuff outside of improvs. So to me, it's like this weird thing where I can easily separate the art from the artist at certain times for certain things, but when it comes to content creator, I don't do that for the most part. I'm like, okay, you just fucking suck. you just suck. But and I don't, like, you know, people like them, that's totally fine. It's just a personal thing with me. Like I've watched them throughout my life, and just to see them change so much has been something that I'm like, that sucks. That's like if Matt Pat had a poop. That's funny. That's funny. Oh, that's really funny. I never really got into the Matt Pat thing as much. I know Tori was really into that. She's like a really huge Matt Pat head. Which I haven't seen Tori in a while. But she was like a mega Matt Pat head. And with me, it's just like, I was just never really into him as much. I thought Game Theory was kind of cool. But the reality is that, like, these, like, to me, I never liked it that much because he never, like, really... Like, he'll just jump on something, and he doesn't like it for the fact that he likes the series. He likes it because he's getting views and money, and he likes it based off that. It's kind of like a grift where it's like, he acts like he likes Five Nights at Freddy's. Not saying he doesn't now or anything like that, but, like, it was mainly just to get money. And he acts like, I came up with this theory a lot of the times. When it's like, no, you paid someone to do research, and then you had another person make a script yourself, and then, like, now you're here. Now, maybe since he's so deep into it, like, as years went by, like, this is, you know, a thing where he's passionate about here and there, he wants to do, who knows, but it's the point of, like, To me, it's just kind of, I hate seeing that happen, where they just invade an area and kind of try to grift off of it. Yeah, I think it's fun to like to listen to. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll tune in every once in a while and watch a few. But when it gets to certain aspects, I'm like, dude, you don't care about this. You just want the money. Which is, hey, it's whatever. You gotta do what you gotta do to live. But you don't have to do it all the time. But no, I think he still has some good videos, a lot of fun stuff, a lot of things where it's like, well, this is cool. This is crazy, you know? To look at, I still think it's fun to watch that. When I watch that stuff, I'm like, it's not as cool. Like, he doesn't really have a passion for it. It's not really like... He wouldn't be doing that exact game this long if he wasn't making crazy money and whatnot. Which, hey, like I said, like, once you get a thing, you go for it. That's just kind of feel like there's not like, it's not like a passion project. I went and we watched the end of Demon Slayer Season 2 since 3 just ended. I haven't seen Season 3 yet. Dude, Chris, you're a bear hugger from Punch-Out? What's that? I feel like I know what he is. If I see a picture, if you want to send it to me. Yeah, like I said, like I have no, like, if people like things, that's totally fine compared to, like, me. I'm very particular. I'm very, like, into small micro groups of things nowadays. And I like very certain things. I like more political content than I like actual content now. And, I'm more into political streamers here and there than actually watching YouTube videos, because you get to a certain point where you've watched everything now, you know? Like, I've watched everything about Dragon Ball for the most part, you know? I'm just waiting for, like, the next manga chapter review to come out, something like that, you know? I don't gotta see a what if video happened, what if Cell actually lived? I don't need to see that type of stuff, because it's just, like, headcanon fan stuff, and it's like, oh, this is cool, dude. It's like, not my type of thing. Not my type of thing. So, yeah, I don't know, like, I'm no hate for anyone that has liked certain things. Just me, it's very particular nowadays. So I'm looking at these really quick to see if there's anything. Ooh, that Android 18. I guess I have to buy that like little figure. Can't believe she's naked. That's crazy. You guys are forcing me to buy her. Oh yeah. Demonical. That's what it's called. Demonical fit. I like Demon Slayer, but at the same time I'm not like the biggest fan. I think it's like it's okay. I'm like half and half on it. To me, it's like I don't think the series is no spoilers, but it's not that big of a series. It's not that long, and it's not as expansive as it should be. I feel it ends too fast because the manga's already over. Which I think, I don't know if they're going to continue it and make another series, but I think it's like, it was like 130 chapters, and it's like that's one I feel like it should have expanded for a long time. It should have been like a Naruto-esque type of feel to it. And I feel like he really closeted it in to make it to where he only had like, what, like 11 or 9 or something like that of like those top people and whatnot, and I feel like they really just closeted it in to where it's like, I'm half and half. Here we go. Sorry about that. Let me see. I have to see what Slow up sent me and see what he looks like. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. That's more like my friend Thanos. That is funny. That's more like Thanos. That's more like the Youper. Like it's me and him fused together. Me and him fused together. Gotten a lot of political each over some of the things I agree with, and not much I would talk about. It piques interest if you listen to. Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah, my stuff. I listen to like really right wing people, paleocons and whatnot. So I can't even talk about this stuff because you get labeled as a horrible person and whatnot. And like so it's just like I don't really talk politics too much anymore. I used to talk politics all the time back in the day and whatnot, and just now I just listen. I just like chill. I'm not really into like the whole red pill scene in the sense of like the modern red pill, because the modern red pill is like the Andrew Tate's like you need to do this to get pussy and money. That's not real red pill. That's like fake like pussy whip dudes that will do anything to get some pussy and like get some like cool money, but sell their soul out. So I'm not really like an Andrew Tate head. I think he has some good moments and whatnot, obviously, but like he just is like so like in his own like ignorance and arrogance, and it blows my mind how he can be at times. I'm not saying he's not smart and he knows some stuff, because he does. But he's not political. That's the problem. People think he's political. He's not a political person. He's like a motivational speaker and like a whore. That's like what he is. He built his fortune off of like OnlyFans stuff, That's like what the cam modeling and whatnot. He's just not like he's not a good person, but he does good things for guys to put him in the right path. Just not my type of guy. He just has a smugness around him that he's perfection. So with me, though, like, there's a lot of overlaps where I do enjoy, and he's doing some good stuff for men and making them like not turn to dum-dums at times. But he also does a lot of damage, a lot of harm, which really destroy the soul of a man by making him seem like he has to be like this thing to get a woman and whatnot. This is crazy. Flash 2, a lot of people like him, a lot don't like him. Yeah, I used to listen to him a lot. Now I think he gets a little bit weird about certain things. But I did used to listen to him back in the day when the whole comic skate was around, and what have you. He went on like a stream recently where I felt like a come on like type of man situation where like he was trying to make this guy out to be a pedophile. He's made a joke a while back, and I'm like, that kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. He had, like I said, he has some good moments, but he's not traditionally like a man that like I like as much anymore. But he does have some good moments. I haven't watched him as much, but the last appearance was like a week or two ago. I saw of him, and I'm like, man, that's brutal. The guy that he was talking to, like, what's his name, Vinny or something like that, just like he's just stupid. He's like a leftist dummy, and he's trying to like when he becomes a leftist, they come out of like place of like compassion and trying to help out people and trying to do the best thing to help them in the way that makes sense. And the guy's just stupid. He wasn't saying like hey, we should do this because I like the idea of this. It's more so it's like we do this out of compassion. That's because there's a disconnect with reality and compassion with like leftists and whatnot. And how they think things should be done, They try to fix it through stupid ways. And I can't remember the full context of the video. I watched the, 5-hour stream of it. But it was kind of crazy. But like I said, he has some good points. I like Dick Masterson. That's like he's like more of a content creator, not really political. He gets political. He's like a libertarian, but he cracks me up. He is, he's crazy. But, he was a part of that panel. That was the guy they were feuding with. So, he's worth looking into. He's just not like he's not like a serious political guy. He's just like a fun guy. Some shows don't need 200 episodes. Stupid filler. Like, yeah, no, they don't need I'm not saying it needs 200 episodes. I'm saying it needs fleshed out stuff. Like for example, like the demons. Like I want to see more. Like for example, we go to Naruto because you brought that up. You have we'll go through the arcs of Naruto itself. They have the very beginning where he's training Zabuza, all that type of stuff. Then you go on to he's now learning his demon form, kind of trying to control the chakra. Going to the tuning exams, which leads into the whole Gaara and his Kyobi, where I can't pronounce the name. And good night, by the way, for heading out. And it goes into oh, you're going to sleep, not wait okay, yeah. So I'll finish this. Hopefully, you'll stay for this a little bit. But then it goes into like the Gaara arc, and that there was a lot of arcs all the way up to episode 1 to episode 136 was all not filler and all made it to where they brought extreme plot progression and good fights, and they built the characters. After that, from 138 onwards up to 220, there was some good filler, but a lot of it was filler and wasn't really needed. Then you get into Shippuden. Now, I think Demon Slayer can go into that 200 realm if they do what Naruto did at the very beginning, where it's just continuously good battles and grow characters. And because filler is where it doesn't add to the plot or doesn't progress the progression of a character. And because you could say, well, he's not a main character, so it's actually filler. But if it's well done and builds the character right, even if it's just a side character, that doesn't count filler to me. Like, for example, if they were to just do episodes 20 episodes of Piccolo from Dragon Ball and built his character and built his struggle and built him up and actually made it to where he wasn't just filler, that wouldn't be filler to me, even though people would suggest that's filler. They would say, oh yeah, no, that's filler because you're just, he's not neat, he's not the main character, but you have to think about the whole encompassing view of the world itself and how it gets flushed out. And to me, it's I just know in the general sense, Demon Slayer, it doesn't it goes through the motions and it kind of ends in a weird it feels like they could have done more with having just 11 main bad guys outside the other guy and whatnot. Just kind of feels a little bit weird. So to me, it's I hope that Demon Slayer goes on for a long time and it has good arcs, not many fillers. And I hope it kind of deviates away from the manga by adding a few more demons and whatnot. So yeah, I think Demon Slayer has potential. It's just that kind of sucks when that happens. What are you hunting for again? I'm hunting for Tynamo and Pharaoh Seed. And I'll take anything else that pops up. Because I've been hunting here for a very long time with no luck. Which will probably go for like another hour and a half, maybe a little bit less. But with me, it's like... Nowadays, I think filler can be good if it's really fun and really enjoyable. And we gain something from it. But going through like certain Dragon Ball Super fillers... It's enjoyable to watch, but to continuously watch it back to back is really brutal. Like there was like a 20 filler arc almost, I believe, and it was just so brutal to where it just did not feel good, and did not like add to the story, add to characters, but characters don't matter when they're not a part of the main story or not a part and like implemented later on into the story again. Like so, with me, I'm very half and half on filler. I feel like if a series is done really well, it's worth it. So, like, right now, it's like... Also, I think merchandising obviously plays a huge part. I like the idea of... If you can fill out and flesh out more characters and have different designs for them to bring to the table for, like, figures and merch and statues, I think that's totally okay. Because as a person that collects, I want to see multiple forms of people. I want to see multiple, like, variants of people. Different outfits, different designs and whatnot. And that's why, like, I'm semi-okay with the Dragon Ball Super's crazy power creep of all the forms and whatnot. Because a part of me goes like, okay, we had Goku going God, which was the red form. And then like 20 episodes later, not even, he goes blue. Now that was a huge disappointment. That was like, you didn't even really show off God that much. Like, that's ridiculous. Now you're at Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. You didn't even do Super Saiyan God. Like, it did not have its time to shine at all, the red one. Now, the thing is, and that sucks because now, when I want like figures for Super Saiyan God, the red form, they're a lot harder because it had such a short lifespan. And it popped up a few times here and there. But it had such a short lifespan that they don't make as much, whereas they make so much Super Saiyan Blue. And the problem with Super Saiyan Blue and the consistency is that the color is really weird with Super Saiyan Blue. Sometimes the hair's this color, other times it's a different color. And it's not even that they got their Ascended Super Saiyan Blue, it's just they don't know how to really, like, set it up right. There's, like, a teal blue, and then, like, a dark blue, and then, like, a darker blue. So, to me, it's like Dragon Ball Super just kind of, like, made a whole bunch of, like, weird progression extremely fast. Like, I think a good one they did was, what's it called, Goku and Ultra Instinct Sign, which was the beginning of getting mastered Ultra Instinct. And it was like, I think he learns it, uses it twice, I think, and then 10 episodes later he masters it, which he doesn't really master, it's just like, it's the mastered form. So he still has to learn how to use it, and he does that twice, I believe, going to the master during that progression. So I think it was like a 30-episode arc of getting 2 new forms, and it kind of was done okay, it's just that at the same time, though, it didn't seem like it was that great. Another thing would be like Super Saiyan 3. They used it more, but like that was just kind of like they made it redundant and useless, they said. They're like, yeah, this has no purpose because it drains the energy too fast, even though it is strong. You can just go in the blue, it's almost worse to go back into that. So I don't know if it's just stylistic, they don't want to, like, it's hard to make merch for Super Saiyan 3 because they have that huge hair and whatnot. Because people love like Super Saiyan 3 God Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Blue and whatnot. I think they do it off of purely merch. It's not easy to make guy with the huge hair and whatnot. But I don't know, like when it comes to like things like that, I think an anime needs to have multiple types of forms, multiple types of power-ups, so we can get a whole bunch of sweet merch and whatnot, which, well, you can be like, oh, you're a consumer. I'm like, yeah, I like to collect things, like, so be it. Like, would I really spend my money on food and going out to, like, a Disney park, and then, like, I just have that memory at that moment, but I bring nothing back, and I can't look back, and can't display it, can't look at it. So that's how it's always been, like, that's why I'm with food a lot of times. I don't want to spend a lot of money because it's, like, it's momentary, it's pleasure for that very exact moment. Just how people, it's funny that people complain about people smoking, and then they go out to eat and spend a whole bunch of money on food, junk food constantly, and it's like, dude, you're just as worse. You're gonna get fucking, heart disease just from eating all the junk food you do. What are you talking about? Talking about a smoker that's gonna die from cancer. So to me, it's like, I like to buy things I'm gonna have forever and whatnot, or I can flip it later on, or I can make my money back. And that's how I've always been. That's why I feel like, you know, a big scam is getting apartments, because you're just paying off to live at a place. Now some people have to do that, it's fine, but you're not like paying to actually have something, have equity in something, to have something for yourself. Now in that same vein, you could buy a house and then the market crashes, which could happen soon. Like, we're selling a house right now, and we want to sell as fast as we can because the market could crash any moment, you know. you just never know. Like with the chances of like increasing war always happens. The debt ceiling got raised for 2 years, I think, recently. But like, if it didn't, that could have plummeted the market. Not like setting out like easy access to loans. So for me, it's like a house is almost always more valuable than getting an apartment, because an apartment nowadays you have to put down a deposit, which costs about $2,000+. Then you're paying $1,000+ a month just to live there. And sometimes you're not paying utility, and you're not gaining something in that. There's no appreciation. It's just devaluation, and it's not like a good thing. Now a lot of people do end up buying houses that are really stupid, and they end up getting into the Holbies that. And the good thing about getting an apartment is that you do get, like, you can just leave if you want, you know? You can just go and get another apartment. With a house, you're committed to that house for, like, 20, 30 years. Unless you paid off houses sooner. And, but with the house, just say you do buy it, and you have, a wife, excuse me, or, like, a girlfriend, boyfriend. You guys both paid off equally. Now you can go get a new house because you have a really nice established credit. And you can just turn this current house into a place you rent out, which that's what my cousin did. She bought a house in this neighborhood for like I think $50K, $80K I think when it was when it got like the market crashed, and now it's worth like 200 and something K. And she's been renting out for over 10 years for about $1,500 a month. And then she bought a house right down the street that was from her parents at a cheaper cost, and so she had like two houses essentially, you know, and she made a killing. So like I said, like if you can get houses for cheap when a market crashes and whatnot, it's a good thing. You always can flip it. Whereas an apartment, it's just like, you know, hey, like here's my money. Thanks for not giving me anything in return. And also, if I do leave, I have to make sure that I didn't cause any problems like stains or anything like that. Then that's insane, you know. So to me, it's really hard to talk about like the value of money and the value of things, because I'm a consumer, straight up. I'll say it. And when it comes to anime, to tie it all back, getting something in return and getting multiple forms of something is always good to me, because it has value and looks good in collection. I can always flip it. Whereas food, not the case. Not the case. It's you eat it, and I do think you do need to have good food. Obviously, every once in a while, it just can't be a constant thing unless you're like, you know, have tons of money, unless you're making good bucks, you know. But to me, food is just like one of the biggest like tragedies that we've ever experienced, because we spend so much for such a momentary thing, and it's gonna be something that like can get people in debt fast. They don't even realize. So to me, yeah, I don't know. I like a lot of stuff out there. I like the idea of it, but in reality, like I like the idea of going to like a really nice restaurant and spending $100, but where could that $100 benefit me a lot more? Now, like I said, you do it like once a year, that's fine. But if you do it like once a month or once a week, that's like crazy to me. That's crazy to me. You have the money, yeah, I get it. But if you're like, you know, working for like, you know, anywhere under like $20 an hour, it's not viable. Now, if you're making tips and whatnot, then yeah, it's different. And if like you have like, if people are offering and they're gonna cover some of it, yeah, that's different. But in the general sense, it's like you gotta understand like that type of stuff. And the thing with me is that like I say this, but I'm also a streamer and ask for donations, and I think that kind of like separates itself from what you're getting, because in a general sense, someone sends me $10. Now that $10, you go see a movie for 2 hours, or you could watch my stream. We'll say it's a 6-hour stream, but then that lets me continue streaming for another 6 hours the next day, and then maybe the next day, and it's like you get compounded streams. And then also you get all the archive if you ever want to watch it again. Plus you get all the perks. So like that's where the thing where it's like I see it almost in the realm of like a Disneyland, almost in the realm of a amusement park, that I can justify going to the fair and spending $10 a week. You know, I can justify watching something, spending $10 a week. But I can't justify, because you can always like go back and watch VODs, go back and watch moments. You'll be a part of something, and you get the interactions. But like, spending ridiculous amounts of money on food and going to see like Disney is like, it's crazy if you do that often, that type of stuff. So you probably say like you're a hypocrite because you're a streamer, you ask for donations. But yeah, there's a difference though. You're getting something that is particularly tailored to you, and you get to have that forever. Like that's going to be something where you can download the stream and what have you. So it sounds hypocritical, but I have like the idea of how I feel about that. So to me, it's like it's a little slippery slope, because it seems like, you know, on one hand you're giving advice that contradicts, you know, and causes, you know, a negative at your end. So I don't know. That's just kind of what always rattles my brain. Like right now, it's I buy these figures, and I only buy them if I'm getting them for like $30, $40 off. I'm only getting them if it's good deals, or if I know it's never going to be around again, and it'll go up in price. Because some of these I bought them, and they've already appreciated in value. Like I'm trying to think. There's one. I got a Broly I bought for like $150, and it goes for like $400 to $600. I know in 2 to 3 years it'll probably go for $600 to $800, and it'll just keep gaining value. And now I'm not going to sell it. I don't want to sell it, but it has potential to keep growing. Same with like my Pokemon cards. I was very smart and bought them when they were very cheap, and now I probably 20, 30, 40x'd on them. Like I bought some for $5, and now they're worth $300, $400. And that's something where if I were to buy like a stock, would be great, but you're not getting anything physical, and you have to be very smart with stocks. You have to be very smart. Like you have to know where something's going to go. You got to like fully understand the market. And as I tell my friend, dude, just buy one booster box every set, $100. In 10 years, you're gonna 20x that. He goes, well, in stock, I could 20x that in 5 minutes, or I could 20x. I'm like, but you have a chance to lose it, and you have something that is physical, you know, and it's something that's there, and you can sell it anytime. You might sell it sooner, but it's like people don't like to have the idea of buying something they don't really know too much, and people recommend, because it's scary. You never know what could happen. So for me, it's like if I had the money to where I could just do it, I would buy a case of every Pokemon booster box that came out. That's 6 booster boxes for a lower cost. Hold on to them. Because, like, for example, one booster box of a black and white era is about $2,000 plus. Just for one. So imagine if you spent $90, $95 back in the day, to sometimes $100, and did that for 6 of them, you would turn that $600 into an easy, what, 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, 12K right there. And that's like at the low end of it. And going from 10 years, $600 in 10 years turn into 12K is fucking insane. You put that like in a Roth IRA, stuff like that there's no return like that. You put $10,000, you put $600 into a investing account, you're not making that at all. You're getting like 4%, 3% interest every year. So you get, you spend $100, you're getting like, what, 2% of that is that 20%? Let's see. No, because it's a little bit different with how they work, but you're getting like maybe $10 to $20 a year if you put like 100 in, maybe even like $4 or $5, and you just and then it compiles, because you go to 105 now, we'll say, and then next year you're going to 100 and you're going to like 112, and then the next year you're going to like 120, and then the next year after that you're going to like 100, and like it's gonna like slowly grow, but it doesn't like add up in the reality of it. The problem is, it is scary. You never know if the thing's going to crash and the box will be valueless. But like I told people, like, you should have just invested in this one. I told you. Like X and Y era stuff, the Evolution booster boxes, they were going for like $90, and now they're like worth like $6,000 to $1,000. And it's like, it's just a smart thing to do. Now it's not for everyone, People want to value their money. That's fine. They want to make sure they do it safe, and they don't feel like buying something they're just going to have in a corner. And I get that. And they want to buy something that could like, maybe some like get mildew or mold or some type of damage, you get ripped open, you have to worry about certifying it, making sure that you have a legit copy, and it's a whole process too. And I get it. It's just that like my friend, he works at GM and makes a good money. I'm like, dude, you make like $10K a month, pop down every 4 months $600 onto one case of Pokemon, dude, and then you sit on it for fucking 5-10 years, and it's gonna go up like crazy. He goes, yeah, maybe. No, I'll rather just do stocks. I'm like, okay. But half your stocks hasn't been good anymore, and you don't really do the stocks, and you're just saying that to make an excuse. I'm like, just fucking do it. Doesn't listen to me. And I'm like, dude, if he would listen to me when I told him that when X and Y was out, he would have about probably an extra 20 to 30K right now, maybe an extra 40K. But is what it is. If I listened to myself, that'd be different. But I'm not making income like that where I can do that. Like, if I was making $3,000 a month, then I would put enough away to buy a sealed case and keep it. But and like I said, it's really only for people that can really like sit still and hold on to something and justify spending something and not be able to get other things. Like that's the problem with like that type of investing. Is like you can buy that $600. You know, you're spending about 125. Well, not like 700, but like you spend like 125 a month because it comes out every 4 months. You're spending roughly like 135, 150 or so a month. Yeah, it's like about 125, I think, at the end of it, a month of your money going just towards that, and that's something you can't just touch. Like, you know, like you can, it just sits in the corner. Like if I want this figure right here, this figure costs $30. I can't buy 4 of these figures now because I'm putting it on the booster box. Whereas beforehand, I was gonna get 6 figures a month, so I can only get 2, or I was only gonna get 4, and now I can't get them. So like, to me, it's really hard when it comes to investing in collectibles and being smart, because you only have so much money in the world. You know, you only have so much that you can make. But when you start making that higher payouts, you know, $4,000 a month, it's like, why aren't you doing that? Like, there's no loss whatsoever half the time. But I don't know. It's, I guess, just something I think about, and I'm like, so many missed opportunities myself. Like, I've missed out so many opportunities because I just didn't want to take a leap. Like, just recently, about, a year ago, Chilean Rain booster boxes sold for $90 each. And I was going to buy 20 of them. I'm like, you know, I'll take the cost of interest. If I can sell them for $115, I could probably do it within 2 months, sell them. I could make some decent money. And they were $90. Then now they're going for like $140, $160. And I'm like, if I just would have pulled the trigger during that time, I would have not hit the interest really, and I would have made a large leap. You know, you're making an extra $40 off that purchase, possibly an extra $50. And that's where I was like, man, I wish I would have took that leap and jumped on it. And I'm not saying take every leap of stuff, you know, but just be wary when you have a little bit of extra cash that you want to invest in something. Think about what's worth investing in. Like right now, I don't know about Sword and Shield. I mean, Scarlet and Violet. I don't know how the booster box are going to go. There's a lot of waifu cards. This game sold pretty well. There's going to be a lot of nostalgia built into it as the years go by. But the hit rates are completely different from past boxes, and the current market isn't that high. Now, we'll say a box hit down to 100, but it'll sell for like 125, 130, 140 when it came out, and now it's only at 100, and it's only been a week. That's not good news, and that means it could possibly not be good news for the future. However, Crimson Invasion came out in 2016, and the boxes were going for 120, and the set was a disaster. One of the worst disasters ever. Like, actually, I think it was like 2018, 2017. But it was absolutely disgusting release. It was horrible hit rates. The worst. Crimson Invasion was one of the worst Pokemon sets. Next to this like other Shaman set. Because it got reprinted at the wrong time. But the point is that this set went from being there and it tanked all the way down to you get a box for $60. That is... They were just selling them at a loss, distributors were, to get them out of their storage. And now, from 2017 to 2023, I think the boxes go for $150 to $200. And it's like that, if you would have bought wholesale and got them for like $55 and bought like, you know, 100 of them, bought like, not 100, but like we'll say like 20 of them, something like that, then you're making like some crazy money. And that's the idea I was going to do for those Fusion Strike boxes. I was like, I got them for a really good deal. And it was like 20 something each. And then I sadly lost my job. But if I would have held on to those for 5 years, you know, 2-3 years, they're going to double, triple in price of their original price. So they'll go from being $40 to now $80, now $100, now $120. And me getting them at $20, if they're going up to $100, I'm making $80 off that. Then after fees, I'm making like $70. And then then it just kind of goes on. So when it comes to like investing, it's like you have to be very cautious, but you have to just be like, go with what is like seems right and what's the reality at the moment. So with me, it's like I don't know if I want to invest into any Scarlet Violet, because yeah, you might make like spend out $700 to get 6 boxes, but then in 3 years they might only be worth $1,000. And it's like, do you really want to make that? Do you want to take the space and not be able to buy things for a while to just make an extra $300? And in some cases, I think I'd take it. But also, I can't get anything during that time. So, like, we'll say for 4 months, I can't get, like, a figure or something like that. I can't get anything cool because I'm spending all that money on those boxes. They're just going to collect dust. and I make $300, and then when I go back and get the figures I want, they're gonna be now triple the price, and actually I regret it. Like, that's very possible. So I don't know the future of Pokemon in the card game with the current crazy productions and the insane easy hits and the devaluation of stuff. I really don't know. Like, let's take a look at TCG Player. I have to go in a batch, realized. Let me look at TCG Player. And let's look at this set. Let's get a little peep. And I'm sorry, it's kind of like boring because we're not like having like crazy, funny jokes and being goofy. It's just, it's a chill stream. I just wanted to watch the thing today for Crystal and T. Enjoyed that a lot. And just hang out. Like, for example, Iona. She's still doing pretty good. The special art, which I think is phenomenal. I really want it. It's like this beautiful card. When it first came out, like when it was put up for pre-sale, $400 or $500 per each one. I think roughly around there. And now and then after like the first like day it got out, it dropped down to 200. Then next day it dropped down to 120. And now, or 130, and now it's at 120 about 2 weeks out. And it's like, that's not. If your best card in the set, that's supposed to be kind of hard to get. Or no, the best card in the set is 120, and the Sword and Shield era stuff, their best cards were like 300 after a week, or like 190. And you had multiple like $50, $80, $70 cards, $100 cards in the past set, but your best one's 120, and then after that it starts tanking down to the next best card is like a Magikarp that's like worth 50 to 70, and then it goes to the next one, which is her other form, which is 45. And then it goes down even more towards then 34, then 28. Like, yeah, there's a lot of cool big hit cards. They're worth $20, $30. But how much money are you paying per pack? Normally $5 now. If you do a booster box, you're paying about $4 to $3.50 per pack, and you're not guaranteed hits. And if you got a box, you're guaranteed hits, but you're not guaranteed the money remake, because there's, I'd say there's probably like 15 cards, we'll say, that's worth $15 or more, or $20 or more. But then there's about 30, 40 cards you're going to hit more commonly that are worth under 15. And it's like, modern Pokemon, I don't know, because you go from like Lost Origin, you go from Crown Zenith, you had crazy hits. You didn't have as crazy hits, but you had value to those hits because they were hard to get. Where now it's like you just have crazy hits, and you're going to hit things more often, but you're not going to hit extreme value. Because you'll get we'll say, like, for example, alt arts, there'll be 6 of them per a set. And you had like a 1 in 50, 1 to 100 chance you'll hit it. So you open up 100 packs, you'll hit one. Roughly. I think maybe it was like every 200 packs you'd hit one. Now it's every like 40, every 50 packs you hit one. And you can see the difference in value then. And what happened was the increase in price for the packs didn't make sense. To why are you making it easier to hit but increasing the price? That just is, it should be the opposite. It should be hard to hit and you decrease the price, or hard to hit and increase the price, because then it's artificial value right there. You're forcing the value of that rarity and forcing the price. They pretty much destroyed the value and destroyed the price of that harder hit now, because it costs more to buy a pack, but it's way easier to hit that rare one. So what's the point? Like, why would I, like, it's weird. Like, it's I don't know if I'm explaining it right. If I'm like, if people are just getting lucky and hitting that $100 card, and it happens often, but you're not hitting that $100 card, and you're spending more money, but somehow everyone else is hitting it, like, it's in the market. There's a ton of them in the market. You're just getting unlucky. So it's just better to buy the single, which is always true. But the point is that, like, it was really weird. It was really weird that they made that, because alt arts were worth like 200 plus every set. They had one that was worth that much, and multiples that were worth 100 plus. But now it's like, oh, here's your one expensive card that'll probably tank in price. Like Miriam, for example, she was 150 when she came out. after like it's been like 2 months, she's only worth $50 now, $40, 45 I think to 50, and it's like, that's insane. Maybe 60, maybe 70, sometimes if you're lucky. But that's your most expensive card in the set, and the rest are $40 to $30 if you're lucky, 20 and whatnot. Which, as a collector, I love that. I want to just go out, and instead of buying an ETB, I want to buy 2 of the best cards in the set. And then I want to go back out, and instead of buying a booster box, I want to get 1 of the best cards. Now, that defeats the purpose of having fun and opening. I think that's the main purpose of Pokemon. You never know what you're going to get, and it's always fun to see what you get. But at the same time, if you have limited funds, it does not feel good trying to get a hit for something. I think depending on how you buy it and which way you buy it also determines if it's worth it and how good it feels. Like when Crystal bought a booster box of me of this Paldea Evolved, it's a lot better feeling to have someone you know, you support, and then you're watching them react to what you get, and you're getting a whole bunch of good stuff. That's a better feeling than if I just went out and bought all the cards I got and saved 10, 20 bucks. Say maybe 30 bucks. You don't get that interaction. You don't get to support the person right away like that, and that goes a long way for a lot of people. It's like the extra value of making someone happy, because you're gonna buy it anyways. And what's the difference? Like, I work an extra 2 hours of work to make up that difference of the box, and you provide me 100 hours of work entertainment through streams. Like that's kind of like the off pay of. It's better to sometimes buy from someone that's selling that you like, rather than going and saving $5, $10 because you're getting more content, you're getting more quality, you're getting more I guess you're getting some assurance of hey, I appreciate you as a friend and whatnot for supporting me. So that's kind of how I see the modern Pokemon stuff. I don't really like to buy them outside of making content, or if I'm supporting someone directly. And most times I'm supporting myself to make the content. But yeah, so that's kind of how I see things. Like for example, the ETBs I'm selling, the Fusion Strike ones, that's a good deal. It's for $30, and if you buy multiple 28, that's a really good deal. They go for about roughly $35, sometimes plus shipping. And if you go to the store, that's if you order online. If you go to a store, then you're paying about $40 to $50 now for that ETB for Fusion Strike. And the thing is that you're not going to get the best pulls out of it. Honestly, you could take that $30 and go buy maybe a cool full art you wanted, and you'll feel good. But the off chance you might hit something crazy, and it's also the fact that you're supporting someone and you're seeing that go towards them and making them grow and adding to it. So, to me, when it comes to buying Pokemon cards, I do one of two things. I buy it purely for content, or I buy it to support someone that I watch or something. Which, now it's just I have to support myself with it because I have limited funds. That's kind of how I see the totality and reality of everything when it comes to Pokemon. I only can really justify buying singles or buying a booster box per set, because that is a special thing. A new set release is special. And that's why I think it's okay. If you spend you save $125 every 4 months just for one box, I think that's fair. You might get a stupid box. You might lose $80, but it's the experience of being a part of that release, that initial release. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing to be the first person, or first people to open up those boxes and, showing off what you get. So I think that's fair. But if you're buying boxes continually after that, constantly, when you could just, buy out the singles, it's different. And, when Crystal the other day, she bought all my junk boxes and whatnot, going for that Zisu Rainbow Rare. That's out of just, it's funny, it's great. She is getting something in return, and it's a huge meme, and we're having a great time. But if it was any other time, if it was anyone else, if she was going to, a random website, it's don't do that. If she was going to go to other streamer and do it, that's fine. But if she's going to, a random eBayer, I would say don't do that. Don't spend your money on something you're not going to get a joke out of or some good feeling out of. Do it for, the ridiculousness and the funness of it. And it just wouldn't make, sense. If she were to, go to a random place knowing that she probably won't get what she wants, and she's losing money on this in the sense of, I don't know, honestly. I don't know how much money she could get from reselling the cards and possible getting, giveaways out of it and whatnot. Because that's a whole entire another thing. If she wasn't, a content creator, it might be a little bit different. But the idea is roughly, it's you wouldn't, I would tell her don't do that if it was that case. Don't go out of your way to try to support something that does not give back to you and just is for the sake of it. So that's kind of how I feel, I guess. I don't know why I got this tangent, but I guess maybe this is kind of how I feel about stuff. But yeah, so with me, it's right now I'm trying to just get myself sorted out, figured out, and whatnot. I want to get. I think what might happen is that I might be able to get some disability for my back and my spurgness. Which then, if I do, I then can get a job that I only have to work twice a week, maybe 3 times a week. That will offset the money I wouldn't be able to make. Because I'm not going to, in disability, you don't make much money and whatnot. You get they give you as little as possible most of the time if you haven't put enough work in. And like I said, I've worked probably I worked for 6 years at this one place. I think it was 6 to 7 months out of the year, and then I worked at Walmart for about almost a year. And so I just don't have my time. You have to have about 10 years, I think it is, to be able to apply for that. And my back's so fucked up I can't even get to that anywhere. So once if I do apply for that, that'll be great, and that will be able to offset my rent and whatnot. And then any other extra money I get from working will just be able to go to actually like growing and providing and stuff for the channel. So that's like where I'm hoping that works out, because I want to be able to just invest $100 in a box and hold it. But right now that's really dumb. Like, I'm buying these figures, but I can use it for content. If I have to, I can flip them, and I'm only getting them because I know they're going to be worth a lot more. Because I've missed opportunities already from not buying them, and then they skyrocket in price. I'm like, I'm a fucking idiot. So I'm very particular when I spend my money. I make sure that I can always get most of it, if not all of it, back at the bare minimum. But I always try to at least get a higher profit from it. So, because money is a finite thing, and you just can't spend it on like crazy things if you don't have easy access to it. Like, if you're like an able-bodied person, I don't really like that term, but if you're able to like get a job and be able to hold it and just go anywhere and get a job, essentially, even if it's only like $10 an hour, $15 an hour, then I think it's okay to spend money here and there on what you like and whatnot. But if you don't really have that type of thing where you can't easily access money, then it's not really worth always spending on things that you don't really suspect to get back on. Let's see, okay, sweet. Was that a, what's it called, a dust encounter? Nope. Excuse me. I might try and add more days to my job after the trip to Florida. I like 3 days a week to have. Yeah, no, 3 days a week is very good for a lot of people. I think you have to get really comfortable with it, and once you get like really comfortable with the job, then it's worth adding more. What was a good job for me until I just couldn't do it no more was some weeks I'll do 3 and some weeks I'll do 4, and that made it to where then you get an extra little boost, you know, on your paycheck. But it's one of those things where it's like you want to continue being consistent with 3, and then when you feel you're comfortable, go for that extra day. And that extra because, like, for me, I was making $117 a day, and I worked 5 days a week, so I was making good money for what I was doing. Like, granted, I wish it was more, and everyone else would. I was making like $17.34, and like, you know, I wish I could have gotten more, and I wish it would have been like a better pay. Which, especially the work we did, we deserved at least 22 at minimum. But you know, you can't when you don't have a high school education and you don't have like all this stuff. Yet beggars can't be choosers. I mean, we should be able to. It's kind of ridiculous how much, you know, look at to be all, you know, socialist for a minute. Not that I am, but like it is kind of crazy how these corporations fuck us. But the point is that when I was making that, that's like good money for someone that has been years without actual making money, and that's like a big boost, and that made it to where it was really like viable, and it made it like it, you know. But then when I went down to like, you know, even just 3 days and 2 days, that's still like $117 a day, you know, and that's still really nice. But the thing is, like, it's like going from having that and then losing all that, it's like, holy crap, it's such a night and day difference. You can't just go out and go to the arcade one day. You can't go out and just buy a figure like you'd like to, you know, and it's just like, it's weird. So I'd say keep it consistent because you want to overdo yourself and then get burnt out and then just have to quit, and then you have no income right there for a bit. So my idea is that you probably want to keep doing, like you said, 3 days, come back from your Florida trip, take a little break, like still do 3 days, then look into maybe doing an extra day every other week, and eventually up to 4 and higher. Because I really did love it how, like I said, I'd work 5 days a week. It was amazing. If it wasn't for my back, and I would have kept that job, because I loved the job in the sense of it. It's brutal. It's fucked up how they treat you there sometimes, but it was a good job I did like. So it's one of those things that, you know, it really is. I appreciate that job for what it was. It sucks I couldn't keep doing it. And doing 5 days a week was, I did like it because it went by fast. I mean, when I got my days off, it was amazing, but you really took a day to recover, and then your last day you couldn't stay up late, so like it really did suck. But I mean, you had your PPTO and whatnot every once in a while. I could leave early sometimes. So to learn if maybe I'll add it after then. It's really the only thing I don't know. Yeah, exactly. 'Cause I remember you telling me about that. You're still like trying to figure out that, and you don't. It's not like worth like pushing too hard, you know, and burning yourself out and then getting some anxiety from it. Because my big thing was, once I moved locations, they threw me into a new location, and it killed my back. It was just as worse. But the day did go by faster. I was able to maybe do 2 days a week, but then they started putting me in 4 days a week. I'm like, you're not listening to me. I can't do this, and they wouldn't listen. So point being, though, is that, but I was like, okay, I can deal with doing these if it's just this. But then also like, oh, you got to work the jewelry counter. Oh, you got to go over the phone and talk to people sometimes. Oh, you got to interact with people when they never told you. Like, they made it seem like I was going to do 2 things, and now I'm doing 30 things, and it's like so overwhelming. It's like they didn't teach me nothing pretty much. They teach me the bare minimum, and then they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. I'm like, oh no, I can't. I'm good. So with me, it's one of those things where I'm like very particular. I'm like, I gotta be like prepared for it. I gotta be treated right, and I have to before I decide to go more into something. So like you said, I'd say get used to it still, and then once you feel like you mastered all the areas, then you can go more. Because really, honestly, it does like make it like it is easier once you learn everything and you feel really comfortable. Days go by like that, like it's super fast and like it's a lot more like days go by. Like when I first was starting, like days dragged on, but once I figured out how to actually do everything, when I didn't have back pain, which was barely ever, the days go by fast. You know what you're doing daily, you know like the idea of what you're doing, and kind of how it goes. So like I said, I would keep it at 3. So you have your time, and then once you feel comfortable, bump it up maybe 4, 5. I'm not sure the hours how they do it because I would work 8-hour days, and yeah. So those were always frustrating. How you doing, Andrea? How are you? How are you? Oh my god, tired. I sadly won't be working be streaming too much longer. I gotta go lay down and relax. But yeah, I'm really hoping to do this. I hope I don't get another scam by fucking a Macari. Because this guy, like this other guy, because I bought 2 things recently. I bought a Vegito that normally sells for 200, 180, 200 easy, constantly actually. The guy listed it for 130. I asked for 120. He said yes. So at the end of it was 134 with fees and shipping. And I'm like praying because it says it's at the place. It says it's processing through USPS, and I'm hoping it's legit. I hope it's not another fuck up. I want it so bad. It's such a cool figure. So I'm praying. He has 1 review, and it's a good review saying, "Hey, look it arrived. I'm really happy with it, and it's from a person that bought over 116 things, bought and sold." So I feel like this is okay. We're gonna win, is what I'm getting at. I think we're winning. He also does have a Broly, and perfect. I really want this Broly, but it's just a little like if I can get down to $50, dude. But it kind of looks damaged. I don't know. But yeah, Team Fortress 2 not long ago. The game can't last for hours on Team Fortress 2. Really, I remember actually playing that back in the day a bit. I was never really a big Team Fortress 2 fan because it was just like the skill gap was just different, and I just didn't like mouse and keyboard. And then like the Orange Box came out, it was cool, but at that point you're playing, and it's just like the skill gap's way too big, and I just couldn't get into it. It's a cool game, but I do know that they can last. I remember I was in a game for like an hour one time. I'm like, what's the point of this fucking game? Like, is this ever gonna end? Which honestly, I do love those games. Like Battlefield 2 when it first came out, those go on for like 4 hours. But Poe Walker should arrive in a few days. Nice. I love the Poe Walkers. I saw you got some of the some more games for Pokemon, which is dope. Also, Andrea, I think how we're doing it, which I talked about earlier, is that I'm gonna have I think a $400 or $500 goal, stream goal, to start up the Pokemon D&D again. And if I get it like reached within any time or get it really close to being reached, we'll start it that next day. And we already have $100 towards it. Already have $30 possibly towards it. And so I'm starting to look for art again for it. So if you're interested in wanting to help with the pixel art, very possible. I just remembered since you popped in and whatnot. So it's like the idea is that in about 2 months, maybe 3 at the worst, we're gonna start the D&D again. But if we do meet the goal or meet a certain amount of members or whatever, we'll start it the next day. And you know it's going decently, and I don't think it's gonna happen reaching anything. But the idea is that it will start again. So I've talked to a few people and whatnot. It should start again. and we're gonna get all set up. So I think right now the current like donation is like 130 we have towards. I think it's gonna be like to 400. So I think that's what we're gonna start setting up, so where it can be viable. And then of course people that donate get special things. People that make art get special things. People that become members get special things. If you're a dollar member, you'll still get some stuff. So I'm working on all that right now. But yeah, I'm back at it. Welcome back, Mel. So I'm looking into all that. Decide whether you're getting Hogwarts. This is what's bullshit. I was gonna buy it because they had released the Pokemon UPC for the new 151 set. And it's like a new set coming out for trading card game, and it's like the Charizards, where it's gonna be worth a ton of money possibly. And as it goes on, like as weeks pass, it'll be worth like dirt cheap. But I wanted to buy it and flip it right away, and so I was picking between Diablo or Hogwarts Legacy, and then it sold out. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. Fuck that. 'Cause I just spent $300, so I get 12-month financing. So when I flipped it, it would make sense. I got money, and I wouldn't have to pay interest. It's not coming out till September. So I was gonna buy Hogwarts Legacy or Diablo, which I think I was gonna go for Hogwarts Legacy because I don't know anyone that's playing Diablo. And no, I said, oh fuck that, it ended up not going in and going through because it sold out. That's what happened. So like I had it in my cart and I was pushing like checkout and it sold out. And I went back in and it restocked and I went to go click out again and it unadded from my cart and I put it right back in and then it sold out. So I was like, oh fuck that. So I never got it. I'll maybe get it if because I'm gonna talk to my mom. We got an RV recently. We're gonna start going on trips here and there, and we need an Xbox for it. So I'm gonna ask her, hey, can we get an Xbox? And I'm just gonna buy the Xbox with the game. I'll buy the Xbox bundle for either Hogwarts Legacy or Diablo. So I think that's what I'll end up doing instead, if she wants to get an Xbox for the trailer. Because we have an Xbox that she's gonna use. We need another one because it's just for her room, and then we need one for the general area. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed in a bit though. Excuse me. Okay, I don't think that's shiny. I gotta look up. I know Joltik barely changed that, but you can kind of. I think it's like more purple for its feet. Black neck hairs. I will put black and white. I spelled that wrong. Black and white. I know. I'm trying to get a better stream schedule for everyone. Okay, yeah, it's purple in the eye, so I'll be able to tell right away. I had one a long time ago I got from a friend. That looks so good. It's not good. It's just I love purple, so it makes it look good. I'll be able to tell right away, I think. Yeah, I'm probably going to go to bed in a little bit. A few more encounters. And I'm going to try to stream at a decent time next week for people in the UK. Yeah, I don't think I got paid yet. I know I'm getting paid from when Crystal bought all those. I did the slow thing so I can lose $5 on the slow deposit. So I hate when they're like, oh yeah, pay $10 and you can get it instantly. I'm like, or I could just save $10 and wait 5 days. When it deposits it, it's like, fuck that. Okay, it still hasn't deposited yet. Say like I got all this money, I gotta pay off bills right away. So I paid off my Lowe's, I paid off my, what else I pay off? Lowe's. Put off some money into Best Buy, so all the remaining of my money is going to go towards my Apple Card, which is brutal, because I have a lot on that, because we spent a lot. My mom was supposed to pay it off, but then our hot water heater went to shit. She had to put $2,000 on it, which was the $2,000 that had to go to my bank to pay off what we spent last month on my car and other things and whatnot, and like bills. So it sucks, because I was like, oh yeah, so now I'm going to have to get hit with interest on that, because we probably won't have a ton of money until the house sells, which will be probably next week, and you don't really get that money for like a month, I think. So like it's gonna be really frustrating. I'll have to get hit with like a $50 to $100 interest just off of that, but And then I have to explain to her, why do I have to pay this much money? She keeps forgetting. I'm like, Mom, I told you, like, it was like 500 for this, 600 for this, 100 2 times for this, 200 for this, you know. So I'm gonna have to explain to her why I have such a huge bill. Some of it is my investments I put on it that I'm waiting to get paid off. Because I've been selling things. Like I just sold another thing yesterday. I feel so cool. I'm getting a little bit less than I wanted. I've been buying, like, we'll say, like, so I bought one of these figures, and it comes with a video game. Now, I bought them on sale. I paid $50, we'll say, for this. And now I'm making like $80 and $90 for each one. So I'm flipping it and making like an $80, $90 profit. So I sold them 4 of those so far now. And I bought about 8 of them, or 9 of them, at, we'll say, $50 each. So I spent, let's see, $100, $200, $300, $450. But I've already made about $160, $320. I might have sold 5, $320, $380, and I still have like 4 left. So I'm gonna hopefully be able to make a really nice balance from that, like an extra $300. The only problem is that I bought them and they were selling for like $120 and $140 when I bought them. But then everyone found the website I was buying them from on the deal. So some people are buying them at that price range of me. Other people, so I had to tank the price down to $100, and then after fees, like I'm getting $90 or $80. So it sucks because if no one knew about that website, I would be making about $100 off of each one, or $110 off of each one. But I'm still making a nice $40, $50 profit in flipping them. So I'm hoping I can keep doing that, because I have, I think, like 6 left, or like 5 left. So I hope I can just keep flipping them. And then on top of that, I can possibly make $10 to $12 off the games that came with this. So I'll be making roughly about $50 profit if they sell. Because the game itself costs about $20, sometimes $15 on sale. So if I sell them for like $12 each, the games, or $15, whatever have you, after fees, I'm making about $10. I'm gonna take them to the flea market pretty soon. Hopefully, drop them to like $13, something like that, and have people buy them for $13 to $12, $10 if and that way I can pop it off really fast. So the one thing I do kind of regret is I bought these Gogeta statues, and they don't really sell that well, but they have a chance to sell because I wanted one for myself. They cost $60, but it was buy one get one free. So if I bought one of them, it only costs $30 per each, like for 2 of them, because it cut it in half. Well, I bought 4 of them, so I paid $137, I think, for 4 of them. I want to keep one. If I can sell them for like $50 each, I'm making $150. If I sell them for $40 each, I'm making like $120 and losing I'm only paying $10 for the statue I paid. So I'm hoping I can like flip them at the flea market for like $50 each, $45 each. I'm praying. If not, I have to take an L and hold on to them, because they will eventually go up in price. Like, it's a line that people will buy in time. It's just that they're kind of plentiful. So I'm waiting for that. I'm hoping that pays off. But it looks like I'm going to take an L on that one for a while. Momcat zoomies with kittens. It's chaos. Oh, jeez. Are you going to go to bed? That's fine if you have to go to bed. I think I'm going to head out too in a sec. You want to call it night? To draw. We'll see. I know not what to draw, to be honest. I don't know, honestly. I don't have any good recommendations. You draw like a cool shiny Tynamo. That's fun. A cool shiny Tynamo. If I get this Tynamo, I'll be so happy. Tynamo or Ferroseer are my main goals here. I would love a Nose Pass. I wouldn't mind it. An Onyx would be honestly top of the line. Because again, Onyx, you had him in a Dust Patch. I think it's like a 5% chance. So I would love an Onyx. Drillbur, I'd love to, because it's not Ice Patch, say it's Snow Patch, or Dust Patch, there we go, jeez. A little Dust Storm. How you doing, Meeks? What's it, I'm hopefully going to start the Pokemon D&D in the next couple months again. It's going to be a bit different. We're going to have also voice calls, so people can actually call and talk on call itself. The way I have it set up right now is I think how I have the donation is that if I get $300 or $400, I'll start the next day. I'm at like 130 now, I think, for it going to be roughly. So if I make that extra 200 or 300, I'll start the next day. Outside of that, I'll probably start in 2 or 3 months. That way I incentivize people if they do want to be a part of it. But I'll be doing that. Sadly, I've been doing okay, but it's been ups and downs. I had to quit my job. I think we talked about it. I got like technically fired in a really stupid bullshit way. But I might actually qualify for having Asperger's, which will then I think right away give me benefits, which could be like up to anywhere from $600 to $800 a month just off of that, which will be a good relief. I can pay off rent with that and whatnot, and I can still possibly work, like twice a week somewhere and make the difference of what they wouldn't pay me. So I could make up to like possibly like $1,600 a month in total with everything. So that's still nice and only having to work twice. And I get, if I keep doing this, I get donations. I can offset the rest of it. So I went to the doctor's today to talk about that. I had to make an appointment, and they'll test me. So we're hoping that I'm retarded. We're hoping that I'm take the L on that, and get paid for that. So we'll see. I'm not sure if I'll get it. Like, it's always a very like tedious thing. Because what happened is that they didn't officially diagnose it when I was a kid, and I hit just the cutoff line where like they didn't realize, oh yeah, people with Asperger's they really did they need special like schooling compared to everyone else, and they didn't know that. And I because I sucked at school. I'm very smart, but I sucked at school, and I paid for that, and they didn't put me in special enough classes to accommodate my learning disability. So they're like, oh yeah, we fucked up like a lot of people. So that's kind of like what's gonna. They're trying to offset it, I guess. So I hit that sweet spot where I can qualify. Where if they didn't diagnose me before I was 18, then more than likely you suffered from that. It just so happened I had to drop out of school because I suffered from it. So at least in Michigan, that's how it works. It's worth looking into. If and Asperger's is something that's a lot easier to get than other places. They said, yeah, and you're like depressed and have a high. Okay, so you show signs of. Do I have a? Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's a very common thing. Yeah, join the autism club. So I'm hoping that goes through. Then I don't have to worry about bills as much, and if I do want a job where I'm only working, and they'll also qualify me to find me a job as well. So I will be able to get one that is I can just like maybe sort things all day or be by myself. I don't have to like talk to people, and I can just like I don't have to answer phone calls or nothing. So that's gonna be really really good for me. Hopefully, and honestly, if I get that certain amount each month for that, I might just continue to try to full-time stream then at that point. Because if I'm making be able to make $800 a month, I can use to pay off all my bills and all my rent. Then I'm not gonna worry about having to work. I can just keep doing this. Like that's my big thing. Is I felt bad because I couldn't really when I didn't have a job, I couldn't really pay like bills and whatnot here. But with that, I will be able to actually pay bills and I can continue this. And I feel like once I get my real setup going, I can possibly start making this more viable. So we'll see. Ouch. I'll do a new test. You should look into it. You see if they have anything that can help you with benefits as well, and then you only have to work a little bit of like because like with you it's like with you two is that if you can just like get benefits, and then you maybe like even if you don't work, you can like work on doing art again and whatnot. You can work on doing that. You get your monthly paycheck to help pay off any bills, and then have a little bit of spending money, and then during that time you can work on doing art again and what have you. Because that would be really nice. So I think a lot of artists that helps out. Because then they can make a possible money from doing art, which I would look into as well, Mal. See if you have any type of disabilities that you have for. Because I know you dropped out of school really young. And I would possibly look at if there's anything like that. If you're not already on it, I don't think you are, but I would look into that yourself to see. That way it's, you can help there with that, but then also you can get a little bit of spending money each month. Also, it's really stupid. When you sell them a car, once you hit like $600 a year, you have to actually put a W-2 in, and it goes on your taxes. So like you have to I'm like, fuck that. This is before I find something I even thinks about. Yeah, exactly. 2 weeks I should have an art time. My roller coaster. Yeah, exactly. Has been exactly just brutal. No, I get you. Just thought of it relatively quick. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Because hopefully we get it figured out and whatnot, and then you can get all sorted for that. Because the funny thing is that it's not going to be disability for my back, which That's what I really need it for. I need disability for my back, but I haven't worked enough to where it can pay off, even though my back's completely destroyed. They're like, oh yeah, no, you won't get disability for that, but you can get disability for being retarded. I'm like, oh, I guess I'll take that. Wow, you sold me. You sold me. That's crazy. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So I'm going to research how to be autistic, how to show signs of Asperger's. No, I think it's very... When you meet me in person and whatnot, you can see it. Like, I can't really... I don't like eye contact at all. I very much try to avoid it. Very few times. It's like when I'm aware that I'm not making eye contact. Like, if I'm very, very, very comfortable with a person, I'll do it. Or if I like the person, like, if it's like a girl, I'll be more inclined to look and whatnot and make eye contact. But, outside of that, like if I'm talking to anyone, I try to, I walk around, or I look away, or I, try to keep myself busy so I don't have to maintain that. And then small changes to plans really just fucking piss me. I get so flustered, dude. I get so flustered so easily. So, yeah, and a few other things. So let's see. Yeah, nah, retarded, yeah. Yeah, I hate eye contact, dude. I cannot stand it. Did try solo jobs too before they said my back pain was too bad, but your back's beyond screwed up, and they're kind of yeah, no, it's weird. It's really weird here. It's really weird, and so I don't know. Like I could apply for benefits for my back, but then you have to go through a ton of tests, and then you might take 2 years to do it. Now they said with my autism thing, since it's how it's done a certain way, I could get it like next day type of thing, because I guess in a different realm, which is crazy to me. It took my uncle 2 years to get his disability for when he had a stroke, and then when he had back problems. Because he has back problems like mine. His back problems not as bad as mine, but they're pretty bad. And so it took him like 2 years to get his disability. Which, when you apply for Disability America, and just say it takes 2 years, and they do all that back pay. So he got like I think like $20K when he finally got paid all at once, because it was like $1,000 a month, and then 12. Months out of the year. It was like maybe it was like that. I don't remember. But it was insane. Like how it works. It's really like what they kind of hope for is that you die before that time. Like my mom's friend, she has really, really, really bad cancer, and she's dying right now from it. And it took her over 2 years. Like she had it for 2 years as cancer, and now it's like it's very scary. We're not sure she's gonna make it. But about 2 months ago, they finally gave her the money for disability and whatnot. When she couldn't work at all, like she was completely screwed, which is insane to me because now all that money is like if she just had that money sooner, she could have went to doctors better and she wouldn't have to work. She could have recovered a lot better. So like, and it wouldn't have been so intense. So it's like they really try to make it to where you just die before they have to give you the money. That's why most people take a year or two, sometimes longer, before like, oh hey, fine, here's your back pay. It's crazy. You're supposed to do that, but not overdo it. Yeah. You don't have to make a ton of eye contact, but you should make a good amount. And that's just like crazy to me. And then once you start thinking about it, you overthink it, then it's more uncomfortable. Like today, I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just talking to my doctor, and I was making a good amount of eye contact, and he said like, oh yeah, how like why do you think he has that? He's like, well, he doesn't like eye contact. And the moment he said that, I was like, oh shit, dude. I was constantly thinking about it. I was getting really anxious. I was like, oh dude, it's fucked up, dude. Look at the camera. Like, yeah. You're talking to me. No, I get that. I mostly look like to the side or downwards, and I mostly look at like their neck or look at like the shoulder or something. I really don't like it, and not a fan. People's face, not specifically their eyeballs. Apparently, yeah. That's what I was told, and it's like that's really hard for me. You should look at their lips a lot, so you can read it and see what they're saying. And it's when you look at their eyes, it's even harder. Yeah, I contact over the years, college and work. Yeah, no, it does. And when I'm in the work atmosphere, it's easier for me to look at the people's eyes if we're talking about what we have to do at the very moment, and it's fast paced. But like when it's just like one on one and we're kind of just chatting and it's really awkward, oh man, it's brutal. Especially when I have to like ask for something or like explain something in particular. Like, yeah, I can't work this day, man. It's hard for me to look in the eyes because I'm like, sorry, but I can't. And it's just kind of how it goes. Yeah, no, I get you. I think you told me that before, Andrea. It's an awkward experience when you're walking out on a long ass road and someone is walking to. Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of that either. Not a fan of that either. Not a fan of car rides either. When people don't, like when you talk and all of a sudden you stop talking. I'm just sitting there the whole entire time. Now I'll pull out my phone sometimes and it'll be fine. I'll start looking at my phone. But it's like you're next to a person and then they just stop talking. Like that happened with my uncle like 5 times today. It's getting really awkward. I'm like just talking about random things to fill the empty space. It's very that's like that stresses me out. Yep. No, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that. I hate bathrooms too. Like going to the bathroom and like seeing someone while they're walking in, or they look at you while you're going to the urinal, or like you see them go to the bathroom to go poop, and you're like, man, I hope it's not uncomfortable for them that I'm in here. I better get out here as fast as I can so they're not uncomfortable while they're taking a poop, knowing that I'm right there. Even daring to get a license. Yeah. The good thing about like Europe, you don't really need a license compared to America. Like I finally got my permit, but I really do not like driving. I really do not like driving that. I love driving my moped. I love the idea of a motorcycle, stuff like that. But driving an actual car, man, I fucking hate that shit. It's so bulky. It's so awkward. I drove tractors my whole life, so I like to be in the center of it. In a car, you're on the side, and you have to like compensate for the rest of the vehicle, which you'll learn as you go on, and it's actually not as bad as you really think it is, honestly. Because I've realized it's really nowhere near as bad as you think it is until once you start getting on it, it's way easier than you think it is. Like, because I'm the same way. Like, I was like getting panic attacks having to drive, but then as I sat there, I'm like, this is actually really fucking easy. Like, this is really weird. And I spent like 30 years avoiding that. And but I recommend moped. Obviously, a moped is like the best thing. A motorcycle, that's the best thing. Now that I worked at Walmart, I got more used to the public bathrooms, but I really do hate them. And I always think, I'm like, man, I might get like AIDS or something. Am I gonna get AIDS taking a poop here? Like, that's always in the back of my mind. But as I like started working, I've been exhausted. I'm like, I don't care. Fucking, who cares if they judge me for letting out a big old stinky shit, It's whatever, dude. Clogging a toilet in a public bathroom is more embarrassing to me now. I did that recently, and I luckily got snuck out of there before anyone knew. Because I had to go, bro, and I went. And I fucking destroyed that toilet, bro. I felt bad because I know the person that cleans them, and I was like, oh well. They'll never know it's me. I like opened the doors, it was like a family bathroom, and I looked around, I went, and then ran to the other bathroom, pissed, and then fucking went flushed and just like left. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. Like nothing happened. Like I went in there and I went, oh wow, someone made a mess, and I just left, even though I was in there for like 5-10 minutes. Scared of cars, I get you. Yeah, no, that's what I'm kind of scared of, is the idea that my thing is I'm afraid that I'm going to get in an accident and have to worry about the fallout of a person yelling at you and screaming at you and being like, you fucking did this. Like, that's my big, like, concern. But, it's whatever. Fuck, I almost have my driving exam. Yeah, no, it's exhausting. I know what you're talking about. Mopeds are phenomenal. They're some of the best. The only problem is that you need a moped that can keep up with traffic, because if you're going like 40 and you have to go 60 or 50 and you're lagging behind, it's really uncomfortable and people are riding your ass and sometimes they'll honk and it's just like super uncomfortable. But I love my moped. It currently is fucked up. It's been at my work for like a month now. I just keep moving it every other day, and they don't know it's like I got like fired. They still don't know. So hopefully a guy's gonna. I'll have to text him. I'm gonna text him and see if he can help me fix it. He got some open himself. I just keep forgetting. But it's just been sitting there for like a month. Over a month now, I think. Over a month now. Okay, I gotta go to bed in a bit, guys. Sorry. Well, I gotta end the stream. I'm not going to bed for a bit. I got stuff to do, but I'm gonna end the stream in a little bit. We'll do a few more encounters. I had to help group as job and construction workers are animals. Yeah, no, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Because what I do is that whenever I go there, I always get like, I go to the place where you get the actual paper towel, I get water on it, and I wipe down the toilet really well. And then I put down a sheet if you can. And then it's good, you're fine. But there's controllers that they just fucking let it rip, dude. They just fucking shit that up. And they don't care. And it's like, Can you please just have some considerations, you know? Can you have some consideration? But they're manly mans, you know, they just go, I'm gonna shit the way I wanna shit. I'm gonna shit like I just took anal, bro. And a real manly man shits like he got his ass blown out. Fucking disgusting. Women's bathrooms are really nasty, too. I'd say outside like those construction worker sites, women's bathrooms are a lot worse. I used to have to clean them back in the day at this beach, and it was... The guys' bathroom, sometimes you get a random turd on the ground. In the girls' bathroom, you had period blood on the walls. Periods, like, things all over the place. And sometimes there'd even poop still on the wall. Really weird shit, dude. But when it comes to actual, like, construction workers, they're very, very bad. Just certain areas, women's bathrooms are fucking a nightmare. Head out. Good night, everybody. Good night, man. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hopefully we'll play some Roblox soon. Have a good night. I'm about to head out, too. One last rotation. Yeah, do you not wipe? Yeah, do you not wipe? Do you not wipe? It's disgusting. One time my friend, he was a manager at the beach. The beach was closed, and he went outside the manager's door, opened it up, and there was like a little girl. I don't know how little she was. I think she might have been 12. He was like 20 something, like 22 probably, 21. And he said she just was squatting in her like bathing suit. This is like a big pavilion that has like concrete floor, and right in front of that door, she just was peeing, just on the ground. Like she could have peed anywhere, bro. She could have went 2 feet over into the grass right there and peed. But she just went and just started peeing right in front of him on the ground. I'm like, that's insane. That's wild. Like, what the fuck? Male Bunnelby, they keep being female. Bunnelby, that's Diggersby, right? I hate that Pokemon. Bunnelby's not too bad though. No bathroom, airport, like, oh, on the walls, yeah. See, that's possible. That happens. Disgusting. Diarrhea everywhere. Disgusting, dude. A lot of women, they squat. They don't actually sit down. Where men will sit down. A lot of women squat, and they just end up making a huge mess everywhere. So I kind of get women a bit more. Because even peeing, they have to squat. They don't get to just, stand. So they can make a mess a lot more than guys, just off of that. Okay, for real this time, one more last rotation after this. I gotta head out. I need to get some food, some water. Oh, I have water, actually. But I need some food that I don't have. Oh, God. I already ate the food that I had here, and I don't feel like making a pizza. It was gross last time. So last rotations, give us a shiny, please. Last encounters. 2 Tynimals, that's really wicked, but no shiny. No shiny. That's okay, though. I'm very happy with the results of Taste Stream. We had fun talking, watching stuff. I appreciate everyone stopping by. I'll see you guys later. I'll hopefully start the D&D in a couple months, if not